Good. Guys, if this is correct, we are live. We're back. It's been a while. Due to popular demand, we are here. And you know why we're here. Inter's playing in the Champions League against Bayern Munich in the second leg. We got Margo here. Of course, we have Peter here. If you don't already know, he's an Interista, and he's been shaking all day, couldn't sleep.
Well, he wouldn't.
That's not true.
He wouldn't talk to us.
I know.
We tried to get you to give a little prediction.
kept
You
changing
have
the
to watch a
subject.
live stream.
They have to watch live. You're
Come on, guys.
he's a little tense today.
yeah.
You
Come on,
sense
guys.
it?
Yeah.
I could feel it.
He was shaking before. I saw him.
Guys, welcome to the live stream. First of all, make sure you could hear us. You see us well. We are excited for this quarterfinal match between Inter and Bayern Munich.
Anxious, I think is a word.
We also have Mike LaBelle, who should be here any minute now. He's going to be joining us for this experience. We got to see if he's going for Inter or if he's going for Bayern Munich. You never
He's
know.
going for Bayern. We're sending
And
him
that's
back.
gonna be a big indication of where he's gonna be sitting on the stream.
Well,
What
sit
if he's
next to
supporting
me.
Bayern? Where's he going to go?
Throw him in the bathroom.
In the bathroom? If anyone gets
Throw him
that
in the
reference.
bathroom.
We appreciate you. Let's get predictions started as well. Or maybe before we do that, we could look at the 11s, the starting 11 from each team. I'm going to put up... Shall we start with Bayern?
Yeah,
Sure.
go.
We'll start with Bayern.
You should start with Inter, bro.
I know, but we'll be nice and start with Bayern Munich's 11. The big difference here is Thomas Muller is the one who's getting the goal from the start. He's the one who scored the goal against you. Where do you see the danger? Obviously, we know that Bayern defensively, they have their issues, but those guys up top, Olise, Sané, and Kane, they're deadly. Pete, what
I was
are you
about to
looking
say
at
I
for?
can't see that good. No, I mean, listen, up top, I think Mueller is even though he's older, he has a lot of experience in these games. So he's gonna find the space. He's gonna be able to, be in the right place at the right time, similar to like an Inzaghi type player. So, obviously the speed is what scares me when it comes to Inter, and I know Bayern is gonna have this all-out attack. I would think an approach to go after the game from when the whistle blows. So, last game I would say Ulisse had a pretty good game. So I would say to watch out for him. It'd be a good matchup with Bastoni, I think. So we'll have to see.
Okay, Mike, Inter's lineup. I'm gonna put it on the screen right now.
Well, before we
for everyone, the big difference is Di Marco gets the start. We know that he was dealing with some tiredness, but he's gonna be massive tonight.
Yeah, I think Di Marco was a big indication in the first leg how much he was missed, because he doesn't just help and track back. He brings a lot of an attack in terms of the crosses, taking on people. And we saw that whole left flank. It wasn't as busy as it usually is. I think Di Marco's one of the best players for Inter, and if not one of the best fullbacks in the world. So I think he's gonna be a great addition to the squad, and we're gonna see a lot more on that side than we did in the first leg.
Absolutely. I'm gonna go get Mike LaBelle in, but we also have a sponsor.
Yes,
Maybe do that in the
meantime.
meantime.
In the meantime, I was gonna say that. But in the meantime, guys, we're thrilled to bring you this stream. It's powered by the FIFA Club World Cup. That's right. And they're fueling our content and inviting you to dive into the excitement of the tournament. And it's hitting the US of A, Peter, where we're from, and where a lot of you guys are, on June 14th. It's going to be great. For the first time, 32 of the world's elite teams will battle in the Club World Cup across the United States. And we do, of course, got some Italian teams there, Pete.
Of course.
We got Inter, who's playing, of course, today, and Juventus. They're going to be competing, and the final is going to be in New Jersey, right in our backyard. So it's going to be amazing. There's also going to be other great teams: Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Manchester City, PSG, Atletico, Boca Juniors, River Plate, and the other Inter Miami, Messi's Inter. So we're hitting as many games as possible. So we'd love to see you guys go there. We're going to be there hours in advance, tailgating, having fun. So definitely check us out. If you're going to be there, we have the tickets linked in the description, and it's pinned in the chat. And if you guys can't make it to the US, if you can't go to the games, people are busy or you're just not here, DAZN will be streaming all the games live for free. So, guys, DAZN's got you covered. So make sure check that out, and can't wait for June to hit. Let's go.
All right. I just let
Good timing.
I let LaBelle in, and I'm just gonna say it now. You might not be too happy.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
Oh,
You might not be too
And you
happy.
know what's funny? He's trying to get Italian citizenship. I'm gonna tell.
Oh.
That's it. It's done. Mike, it's done. You hear me?
He knows a lot of people. He has some strings he can pull.
Didn't you used to do this for a living?
Yeah.
He doesn't like to talk.
So we got people in the comments already giving their predictions as to what's going to happen. Armenian Interista says 1-0 Inter will win.
Forza Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan's gonna score.
Okay,
That's
I like that.
The 1-0. I'm guessing.
Tommaso
Mkhitaryan.
Coraci 2-1 Inter. JE 2-2 Inter. Me, everybody's feeling optimistic.
Why not?
It's true. You should feel optimistic.
And they're a
But-
great team.
I'll say this. I think it's 55-45 in Inter's favor. Nothing
To
more,
advance, not the game.
nothing less.
To advance.
The game, I don't care.
Yeah.
Ends in a tie.
That's fair.
Doesn't matter to me. But what I will say, this is going to be the toughest game for Inter. It's going to be a lot tougher than maybe some people think or expect at this point. I think that this game would be even tougher than an eventual semifinal if Inter get to that point against Barcelona.
For sure.
That's how tough I think tonight is.
Bayern gonna give everything, man. They really are.
You made a face.
I don't know. I think Barcelona, the way that they're playing, it's hard to say that this game is going to be tougher, or even an eventual final if we were ever get that far. But definitely, the thing is, we
What's
have
up, LaBelle?
we have two results,
I just watched.
but we'll
Come
see.
in.
Sometimes when you calculate, I heard. No, don't shake my hand.
He's
don't
mad.
shake my hand.
He's mad.
Who are you rooting for?
Big Bayern game, right?
You want that Italian citizenship, right? You sure about that?
No, I think Inter's going to draw today, and then
That's good.
Oh, so we
it's
go
still-
through
you go
then.
through.
Okay,
So you're good.
that's
I think
fine.
it's a 2-2
All right, all
draw. San Siro, hold it down.
I love it.
I think Bayern will come motivated, but I think there'll be a kickback. Inter doesn't get a lot of respect that they probably deserve.
Thank
I
you.
mean, I'm coming in without y'all's bias here, but
Thank you.
How about Lautaro too, man? What's up? Wasn't even like I feel like all right. Anyways, I don't know what I just.
No,
I don't want to
you're
hijack.
good.
Hey, everyone in
good.
the chat. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Thanks for having me on, fellas.
Of course.
I like
Anytime.
this setup.
But if you had to decide,
The more much
Right.
the merrier.
if you
I mean-
decided who will go to the next round, who would you choose? Bayern or Inter? Not who you think. Who would you want?
no, I'd rather see Inter go through for
Thank
sure.
you. Thank you.
We've been to
Hey,
Italy
you-
together.
Look, he
That's
put,
right.
he put his
Yeah,
arm
yeah,
around
like,
you.
yeah,
He's trying to dominate you.
Well, no, this is
No,
just in
no,
case
no,
I
no.
answered wrong.
Exactly.
It's a security
No
measure.
domination.
You missed what he said before you came in. That's why.
Well, I was also outside, lost, and I was stuck. I was just left on the street, no help.
I know,
So
it
I was
started
just like,
last
I was,
Was
my
the first
elite
time you
did-
came here, bro?
I was
You
moving.
came here
No,
many
I went
times.
to the. I don't know what else I can say or not say, but there's an outside. It looks similar amongst
Yeah.
the units, so I
Yeah,
went to the
yeah,
wrong
yeah.
unit.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's all right.
So yeah,
We got
It's
you in
okay.
at the end of the
They
day.
weren't as friendly at the door that I knocked on.
Yeah, you got to be careful with those
Yeah,
people.
I'm just starting to throw that
Yeah,
out there. It was-
she's a little crazy.
Okay,
Yeah,
I like
we got
this.
some
This feels
crazy
real
people.
homey setup. I like.
It's
this.
different.
Like usually when I've been here before, we've always had the table, right?
Yes.
But I'm kind of liking this, like
It's different.
Couch. Yeah, I kind of like the
it's
couch
nice.
vibes.
Wait, so I want to run with what you just said because you're a lot less biased than us.
Yeah, of course.
Who watch Serie A?
I have my
We
own
watch-
bias. I have my own
you have
bias,
your own bias,
you know.
but you're less biased in this sense. And you said people don't give Inter the respect that they deserve.
Yeah, because if you think about it, right, when you're looking at everything, in the football landscape, and you talk about the top teams, and you talk about the favorites for the Champions League, people just ignore that we saw them in the finals. Like that just gets completely wiped over, and everything ends up being the same conversations. I will say Barcelona's looked really impressive,
Yep.
but like Real Madrid. You would have had that as your main favorite. They're down three goals to Arsenal coming into this evening or this afternoon, and likely on their way out. Something miraculous happens. But again, Inter's not brought in those conversations. You don't talk about the best players in the world playing for Inter. I don't know if you guys feel like
They
that
were
or not.
they
I
were
agree.
But I'm just saying-
seventh favorites coming into the final eight. They were seventh favorites plus 1,600 odds for them to win the Champions League, which always seemed crazy to me.
Well, especially with the results and the players that they still have. You're not talking about like a team that went through some sort of massive rebuilding or a bunch of new signings or players exiting where you wouldn't have similar talent, right? You would think, okay, why wouldn't you be able to replicate this? But I think that's just part of the Serie A right now. I don't know if you feel like that. You guys obviously are very close to everything, but I feel like the Serie A. Where am I looking, by the way? What's my camera to?
Your camera's right here.
Oh, this is where we're talking to. Okay, sorry, I was looking at you
Speak
guys
to
and
the
I was like,
people, Mike.
there's a lot happening here. I feel like the Serie A in general doesn't get the credit You know, I think everybody still remembers the Serie A.
Speaking,
No, but the
he
prime
knows the audience.
prime Serie A, everybody's thinking in the 2000s, right? Like that era of having the best players. You got Ballon d'Or winners. You know, you think of like everything that was put together. Players didn't want to be in the Premier League. They wanted to go from the Premier League to the Serie A. And we haven't really seen that full circle back. And what you need is a winner in the Champions League. Maybe a couple years of winning the Champions League. I think that changes and shifts the entire dynamic in the conversation. Because then it's so clear, like on even an international level. Because there's a lot of people that don't watch football from a domestic side. They just tune in for the Champions League and then maybe the team they support. Yeah. You know, and to be fair, there's a lot of football on, so I understand that. I mean, you can't watch everything. Like how many Bundesliga games you watching this year?
I watched more last year.
When Leverkusen did everything.
When Leverkusen was making it interesting, I watched a lot more. But either way, at the end of the day, we've talked the talk because we talk about it every single week here, and we say that for us, Inter has been overlooked, but you got to go out and you got to do your job tonight. There's no other excuses. Inter did a phenomenal job going away to Bayern Munich, a place that they hadn't lost in 4 years at home in the Champions League. Not only to tie, because we all would have accepted a tie. We said, okay, you know, you get a tie, you bring it back to the San Siro. That would be a good result. They went above that. They won. And I think Inter represents where Italian football is going. Inzaghi gave a perfect moment. He said, when Sommer caught the ball right before the 2-1, we could have wasted time. We could have told Sommer, hold the ball. It's 88th minute. We're away from home in a place that nobody goes to win, but we want to win the games. And that is the attitude, that's the mentality that Simone Inzaghi has brought to this Inter side, which means they have a chance.
Of course they do. And they're also playing back in at the Mazza with a stronger team than the first leg. They have everything to lose. This is Inter's game to lose.
Ooh. How do you feel about that?
Nah, I mean, listen, this is a...
He's nervous. Look at the body.
He's shaking.
You have to like this.
Pete, it's not true. Did I say anything wrong? Did I say anything wrong or no?
Yeah, you did.
What did I say?
Because I think
I love this, Peter. I love this. I got a comment here.
We're in the running for Serie A. We're in the running for Coppa Italia. We're in the running for Champions League.
So is Bayern.
Today. So, no, but I'm not talking about Bayern. You said if they lose this game, then it's all like...
They have the advantage. You're playing at home. They have the
I'm telling you one thing. The 2-1 result plays in Bayern Munich's favor because now they know from like the first second they have to go and score goals. They need to win this game. Whereas Inter, especially I've said it before, Inzaghi tends to have some calculated games, and I just hope that this game is not going to be one where we're going to sit back and just let Bayern play. At times, we need to be able to be on the offensive. We have Di Marco. You mentioned it also. Like a lot of these players maybe go unknown, but there's probably not a better three midfielders on any other team than what Inter have. And we saw the quality. The last game of Barella. He's a phenomenal player.
Absolute workhorse.
So and Calhanoglu can hit a ball 50 yards while also tracking back and being able to make tackles. So I think in this game it's going to be a matter of Inter showing that, hey, we deserve to be mentioned with all the other winners. And I think up until then, we haven't, but also because of the style of play. Everything is at times calculated more than, hey, we got a better team, let's go and fight it out.
I just dropped LaBelle's channel, by the way.
Oh, thank you guys.
In the chat. Make sure you subscribe to him.
Are we live on YouTube?
We're live on YouTube right now.
Okay, so if you guys have not already liked, commented, or said something on YouTube, I think the likes get it out right on the algo.
That's right.
For live channels. Y'all should do that. I don't know how many people are watching or viewing. There's so many screens. If you see me looking around, there are like 5 screens.
Had to start the timer.
Yeah, if I wasn't lost before, now I've added the phone in too. We've got the phone chat.
There's a lot going on.
we got both games.
We got Real Madrid and Arsenal on the bottom.
We don't play around here. It's better than some productions, right?
Okay.
I like with the situation. It feels very authentic. It feels like you're hanging out with your friends. I've always said this about the site.
We'll pay you later.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I will say this. I got an Uber. I'm moving up in the world.
That's it.
Like Marco was like, I'll send you an Uber. I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yo, Mike,
I'll let you know right now, if you're going to different boroughs, that is like a fly-in. It counts like you flew me in at this point.
We're also not in the typical Brooklyn. We're in
real Brooklyn.
This is the OG.
It is the OG, but it's not the way people think.
That's it, baby. Come on, Darmian. Nah, non ce nessuno. There's nobody up top with him. But.
Big lack without Dumfries there, though.
Boy.
Yeah, but he's one. Oh,
there it is.
Oh, man.
Oh, we have the Armenians in the chat, right? They're waiting for Mkhitaryan. Lautaro's trying to say
Di Marco's waiting for
one
that
goal
ball,
would be so freaking sweet.
I was going to touch on what you had to say, too. I was concerned, and I mean, still have a little concern. I don't want you to sit back. Like, you can't do that from start to finish, especially at home. at the San Siro, one of the most iconic stadiums. I've had the pleasure of seeing multiple matches there. If you've never been to the San Siro, I don't know how to build the expectation. It just feels like you're watching football 50 years ago. Yeah. It's almost how I would describe it. But
that
in a good way. No, but in a good way. Like right now, they're making all these stadiums.
No, nothing.
Like, you've been to a lot of arenas, right?
Yeah.
A lot of them are like all razzle dazzle, big lights, this, that. That's not how football was started. It's not the everyday man sport at that point anymore. And sometimes it's nice to be reminded.
True.
Well, Italian, they say it's the scala del calcio, so it's like it's the theater. You know, it's
but
everywhere you sit in that stadium, you have a perfect view of the game.
As long as it's full. As long as it's full. When it's full, San Siro is something else. You go there for a derby.
Thank God.
That's dangerous.
Corner.
That's dangerous.
Yep.
Hey, to touch on your point.
Somebody's hurt bad.
Barella.
I think it'll be okay.
To touch on your point, they asked Mkhitaryan and Inzaghi yesterday because Harry Kane, right after the match, said, Inter were celebrating too much in the locker room. They over-celebrated. He then took it back and said, all right, maybe I was just speaking too emotionally. Mkhitaryan and Inzaghi both said, for us, this is 0-0. If we think that we've got the game wrapped up and that we could defend for 90 minutes, we made a big mistake. And that's another thing that I think typically an Italian team probably would have done that at home. And the great thing about this Inter is that I still think that they will go and play while being smart and being contained. They're the only team they conceded 3 goals in 11 matches so far. So defensively, they're very sound, but it's the way that they break and the way that they head out, which is the reason why Inter are where they are so far.
You know what I'm stuck on? How did Company get that Bayern job? I think about it. Sometimes I wake up, I was like, how did he get that job?
He just went straight into being a manager as well. It was.
Yeah, what is that privilege?
So I have a theory on this as well, because the same thing happened with Lampard.
Please tell me.
Certain players, they're high IQ players, and they were like, he would always make for a good coach.
Pirlo.
Yeah, that was my next one I was going to say.
Yeah.
But there weren't a bunch of prereqs, if you think about that, other than them being great players on the pitch. It doesn't mean you manage personalities, because I don't know where you guys fall on this, but I believe at this level, especially with the largest clubs, a lot of the job is actually managing egos.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to teach these guys how to play football.
Be a man manager. Look at Ancelotti. Look who he's able to work with.
It depends what team you're at. There are certain teams.
The top line teams.
The top teams, absolutely.
Like, you're not going to teach Mbappe how to run a little quicker.
Exactly.
Or how to cut down defenders or a little slice.
Oh my God, Real Madrid scored.
I think it might be off, but
I think that's coming back.
Off.
Oh boy, that would.
I just saw the ball go in.
Sorry, that's where my head. I saw Mbappe move in, and then we cross pollinated everything.
A goal in the first 10-15 minutes here would change everything. Oh, he's way outside.
Could you imagine Arsenal Twitter as well? If somehow, oh my God, that's a fan base where on Twitter is crazy, because every year they think that it's going to be another year of the Invincibles. They have a great team now, and they've had a great team the last couple of years, actually. But some years it was just unreasonable to think you were going to be able to replicate form from like the Henry era or like the Dennis Bergkamp or the Vieira.
For sure.
To not be able to, not lose a game over a season, it's very hard. Especially now, I think.
But if that's your expectation, think about that. Coming into a year, that's your expectation. So if you don't reach that, you didn't have a good enough year, and it's like it's not realistic.
Oh, if we talk about Inter, same thing. Mourinho, after he won the treble, he's like, okay, I can't, go any higher, so I gotta peace out. I'm heading to Real Madrid.
Question for the folks.
Go.
I feel like it's gonna be very high for Peter, but Lautaro, best strikers in the world. Where do you have them? Top 10, top 5.
Not 5.
Top
why not
20,
5?
Top 15. Where you at?
Oh boy, Muller.
Because he doesn't do it week in and week out. That's why.
I mean, he's gotten a lot better this year. In 2025, he's been on fire. He's also somebody that he's very hard to judge just by the goals that he scored, because now it's like a video game society today. You look at the numbers, goals and assists. Yeah. But if you watch Lautaro, what he did against Bayern Munich was more important than any goal that he did. That's a proper center forward play. He drops back. He makes the tackle. He allows the rest of the team to come up, because the reason why Inter are where they are is because their midfielders score goals. Their wing backs get within play. They couldn't do that without a Lautaro Martinez. So for me, I think he would be in the top 5.
Yeah.
Top 10 for sure.
I think a safe top 10.
No, top 10 for sure. Top 5, 10. I think I would have to look at different players.
Top 7.
But I think what Marco said, I mean, even when he doesn't score, he's so impactful to in the game.
It's
and
all.
That's, he's a mix that he can play as the 9, he can play as that 10, he can move in a 2 striker. You see what he's able to do. He's not explosive. He's not quick, but he's so explosive that it's very hard when he turns for a defender to be able to track him. See, this is what I like to see, the high pressing, that we're in this game. We're not afraid to just sit back and wait.
Win that ball.
That's it. Come on.
I think it's super difficult with just debating positions across the boards because form comes into play, and that form is a whole different conversation. If you talk to football fans, you talking about form, this is going to be a long one. And then it's also some people just don't like the way that players play. Like I know a lot of people, like you can't negate what Harry Kane's accomplished in his career.
I was just going to bring him up.
But is he the prettiest football player that we've ever seen?
He's so important.
But he does everything right. Right place all the time. Both feet. He's an incredible passer.
Penalties.
If I was building a team, I would build it around Harry Kane. He does everything. If you watch, I remember watching Italy, England here, the Euro final, and he was devastating. And people say, oh, no, he didn't score, he didn't do this. But watch the way that he drops in and allows everybody to play, that's one of the hardest things to do as a center forward. So it's not just the goals. I think Harry Kane is one of the best. Everyone likes to joke on him. Oh, he never won a title because of the Tottenham and the Arsenal fans and all this. But for me, there's very few that are better than Harry Kane. And if I was Real Madrid, I would have went for him over going for anybody else in the summer. Before he went to Bayern Munich, I would have gotten Harry Kane first.
Even as a proper 9, Lewandowski, Kane, Haaland, for example, doesn't have the hold-up play of these two players. Technically, he's not anywhere close to these guys.
Why te Darmian?
Oh, nice cut.
That works.
DeMarco, what a
I rate DeMarco.
Slip.
For me, he's the best left wing back in the
If we're
world.
talking about
he's
top,
amazing.
I'd put him.
If one player probably deserves some more credit,
Yes.
I think DeMarco should be on your list.
I agree.
Must-watch list.
Fortunately,
him
just
and
his physical appearance doesn't look
Underrated
like
a
a true left back. No, it's the reality. Speaking
What do you
to
mean? He's like 5'9". He's in good shape.
You
What
don't
are you
like
talking
it?
I don't know
about?
if he's 5'9", but
All right, what
speaking
are we rounding up to? Give me a height check. Five. What?
in Italy, the physicality is very important. A lot of sporting directors, once they see a player under 6 foot as a left foot, talking about certain positions, left fullback, they won't even look at the player.
He is 5'9".
So
Come on, your boy's spot on.
yeah, but 5'9" with the cleats.
He's around 5'9".
With the
I get
cleats.
what you're saying. If we stood next to him, we might have a different opinion.
I'm 5'9" too.
I'm going off the list numbers.
Mike is 6 feet. Michael, not LaBelle.
Yeah, I'm
Mike
over 6
Kantaris.
foot.
Yeah, LaBelle,
I
people
know, I
talking
know.
about you. Dirty Mike.
Yeah, boy.
That's your old nickname, right?
What do you mean
Started
old
YouTube.
nickname?
Dirty
No
Mike
more?
and the boys.
I don't know.
Well, if Peter and I get to having Aperol spritz, you know.
Then you become Dirty Mike?
Was it football content? When that was your name?
Yeah,
Yeah,
still
this
doing
guy's got
FIFA content.
You
Yeah,
gotta be
yeah.
careful with Greek
question.
Mike.
No, it was. You know what? The origin of that. Not that the chat's gonna think it's interesting, but there was a movie, Dirty Mike and the Boys, with the other guys. And when I was in college, we used to go out and be like, "Oh, we're going out
Well
with Dirty Mike."
done.
What a
Buena meno.
Mamma mia,
Barella. I would put Bastoni in that category, a very underrated
Yep,
center back.
amazing,
amazing
If he-
center back.
If he had
I think he's one of the best
Calafiori's
center
hair,
backs.
the guy would be Mr. Viral. Everyone will want him. He does everything as a modern center back.
But does he
He's
have
brilliant.
aura?
No, I think
Mike, does he have aura?
I don't know. I never hung out with the guy, but
I have to hang out with him.
yeah, maybe like
Listen, you're not
he's not
gonna get
dressing
a
like
better.
Bellerin or something.
He's super technical for a center back.
He
He's
would-
able to
ahead.
dribble and be able to freaking cross better than some fullbacks in the.
Oh,
he could
yeah,
play at
he's
any
great.
team in
Yeah.
the world. For
Well,
me.
I was gonna, he'd start anywhere.
Yes.
and he, I think that he would fit in really well. Like he's one of the players that if you put him into the Premier League, he'd be amazing immediately, in my opinion.
He would have been like the
it
Man
gets me
City
upset. It gets me
Guardiola.
upset actually with Bastoni. I think Bastoni's always been there.
Yeah.
pretty much. Even like really young when he first started. We were talking about it here a couple years ago.
You could
Like,
tell.
this guy's
you could
ready
tell.
to go.
Yeah.
And my biggest thing is, bud, is
Bravo,
on his
Mkhitaryan.
man marking. At times he lacks because we see with the Italy national team when he's not playing in a back three, you know, he suffers that. He doesn't have that old school Italian defending aura. Let's put it that way.
He's a
As far
modern
as-
center back.
yeah, he's more of a modern center
Oh
back.
no!
Good.
Bravo, Bastoni.
Yeah, Bastoni just made that tackle.
Yeah, he did.
Dang.
Good job.
Wow, that was great.
I don't even know how he made that challenge.
Chiellini,
I don't know either.
even Acerbi, these guys, man marking, that's their forte. Like they're gonna hold on to you.
Well done. That's
come
such a good tackle.
on.
He toe
See,
poked
he
that.
blends the two.
That's
He's got
so
the old
good.
school, but he's got the new school.
But if he came with that old school, that's a penalty. I'm just
No,
saying.
if he had the
yeah.
old school, the guy wouldn't even made the run into the box. Okay.
Harry Kane.
I think he's got enough aura. I nobody asked me that about Bastoni. You kind of put me on the
Does he have
spot.
no, you know why?
Calafiori?
Mike is
He's
making,
very-
Greek Mike is making an inside joke.
Oh, is this something came up?
It's an inside joke. So when you know Calafiori, obviously for
Yeah, yeah.
Arsenal, he went viral
Excellent.
this summer for Italy because of the way that he looks. And
Come on.
we tweeted Aura and it got like 20,000 likes.
Like a penalty. I don't know
Something's
for who.
happening here.
It had like 20,000 likes, and like even Calafiori commented on it, like all the posts that went viral about him having Aura. So people kept saying, "Oh, you know, if Bastoni looked different."
He's not a bad looking guy. What are we talking about? He's
But
like
he doesn't
6'4",
have, like, the,
he's not as good
Doesn't have
looking.
the swag.
All right, fair enough. He's a little too
But-
stiff for you. He's
That's
like an
his inside-
engineer.
that's his
Got it.
inside joke.
Buddy sleeps at 10 p.m.
If he wants to, come on, Pavard, wake up.
Boy.
If he
Winning
wants to
will
grow
fix
out
that.
his hair, because I think the whole
Yeah,
thing
exactly.
with Calafiori was the fact that he looked like Nesta, prime Nesta back in the day.
He
Exactly.
got picked up because of the women, though. Like I saw
Arsenal.
something. I saw something in my feed with him like last
Arsenal.
week.
Penalty.
Penalty for Arsenal.
Oh
Wow.
I mean, 4 goals would wrap this up. I know
Yeah.
it's 10 minutes in, but
Yeah,
even
it'll be
Arsenal
over.
couldn't. You know.
Says the Everton supporter.
Hey, we're on the come up right now. Moyes is back. We're looking good.
Too much space. Come on.
Yeah, how funny is that all these practical managers are now the hot thing. Everyone wanted the philosopher, the guy that was going to reinvent the wheel. And now you got Ranieri at Roma, who's doing amazing. You got Moyes at Everton. All of these guys that just understand the sport and brought it back to the basics.
We're 5th in points for Premier League teams since he's returned.
Really?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Someone stat checked that. It's going to be 5 or 6. It's right there.
Certain teams demand certain coaches. I think, we can't get too crazy. It's like the people that hate Guardiola's style of play, right?
Yeah.
You can't get too extreme either because it is, if you have the right players, you play out of the back. Look at Inter. They do an amazing job with
have to
Inzaghi's
have the
system.
talent for that.
But if you don't have those players, you're going to get caught and it's not going to look good.
Do you know what Antonio Conte once said? A great coach is like a great tailor. He has to adapt his suit to the materials that he has. Maybe I want to make this suit, but I don't have the materials to make that suit. This is the same thing with a coach. Somebody, kind of like Juric when he went to Roma. He's trying to make Dybala hustle and do all these. Ranieri came, he said, Dybala doesn't do that. Dybala needs to be close to the goal. And now you see what he's able to do. So there's definitely a balance.
Come on, advantage, ref.
There's a balance of, sticking to your plan and doing that while also trying to implement new ideas. I think a guy that we don't like very much, but Allegri did it very well. He took over for Conte. He didn't change anything right away. He allowed the team to slowly build, and then he gave his imprint on the squad. He took the team to 2 Champions League finals.
Yep.
I also think players respect it. Like you don't need to reinvent the wheel, as you said. Yeah.
Saka, penalty.
Hold on.
It's got to be.
This would be over.
There's got to be a save, and then a counter-attack goal.
This would be over if he scores. They have their chance. Our buddy Miguel's brother.
Oh,
he missed.
no.
I didn't even
They hit the
look.
post?
I wasn't
Wow.
They hit the
wow.
post?
Why did I stop
What is
looking?
that? And that's how Madrid's going to come
Did
back.
Courtois make the save?
No, it hit the post. I think.
I can't believe that.
Let me see. Oh,
They're
forget
showing
about
this.
this.
Show the freaking
You
penalty.
showed a pen again. Didn't look good, man.
Asensio.
Did he go chip it?
Oh,
my
no.
God.
Oh, he saved
What
it.
kind of
Courtois
penalty
saved
is
it.
that?
That's a
Gee.
terrible
That's a terrible
pen.
penalty.
If you're
Come
gonna do
on.
that, at least go down the middle.
That is actually worse than never getting this penalty. This is
on.
so bad because now Real Madrid are really going to believe.
Now they score that one goal.
Oh,
That
God.
place already is a.
Arsenal got
It's
to
a
be strong.
freaking-
Listen, I also want. I mean, I want Ancelotti to do well at Real Madrid, but if Real Madrid go to a final, it's almost impossible to not beat them.
We'll see. Every year is different.
I can't believe that penalty.
That's
I know
crazy.
Arsenal has always had a little bit of the Arsenal curse.
Yeah. I mean, they're still up 3-0, so they have.
Yeah.
I mean,
be
nothing
able
builds
to control
confidence
this
more
game,
though
yeah.
than a penalty save.
Oh, of course.
So our buddy, his brother flew to Spain to go watch the game. These Madrid fans are something else. I've never seen a team in the world that believes like they believe.
Let me tell
even,
you,
even their
tickets
Twitter
are
account.
hard to freaking get.
Are they?
Damn.
Their freaking Twitter account. They're like translating. 90 minutes at the Bernabeu is difficult.
That can bite them.
Yeah, but they don't care. They don't
There's
care.
no reason for them not to believe though. Like you
No,
got
yeah, there's
so
nothing
much.
But what
Yeah.
other team in the world would do that?
Well, I think it's easy. I think it's easier because they've had so much recency success with comebacks as well. Where you're saying, you know what, we still got something here. Whereas we're talking about Arsenal. Arsenal almost has the reverse.
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah.
the nearly guys.
Yeah.
That's part of the story right now. That's part of the narrative.
Okay, but even so, there's nobody else in the world. If an Italian team ever did that, they would cry because they're so superstitious. We're even saying, Inter might not make it through a 2-1. They're more confident at 3-0 down than we are with 2-1 up at home. There's very few clubs in the world that could and would do that.
On. Ole.
No.
No team is really controlling the ball well.
This could be actually Thomas Muller's last Champions League game.
For Bayern.
Wow.
I don't think
think
that
he'll
he'll get
retire?
another Champions League
They're saying,
team.
they're saying
Yeah.
Fiorentina.
Well, I don't know if they're going to make friends.
Could be
That's
Conference
what
League or Europa
I think
League.
it'll be the move. I don't. There's something poetic would have been nice about him maybe ending it at Bayern, but at the same time, Bayern I think made that decision, so it's not up to Thomas Muller. Just for the locker room, I would have kept him.
Dude, that guy's been there since I've been watching football.
love
Since
him.
I can remember.
The entirety,
I love
bro.
him.
The
I
entirety.
love
Since I
him.
can
I love
remember
him.
about football.
Bro, he's top. He's top. I don't care what you say. You know, he's another guy. You look at him, maybe you don't think that he's going to be this incredible footballer, but he's just got this spirit, this relentlessness that he could do anything. If I was Fiorentina, because they're the ones that are rumored to have made him an offer, I would absolutely
Sign him up.
Sign him. He'd fit also the club history. Luca Toni played at Bayern Munich, played at
Ribéry.
Fiorentina. Ribéry. There's a connection there. They could speak to him and tell him, listen, you'll be good. In Palladino's system, he could use him really
Ole.
well. I would love to see him in Serie A.
He's so good in
go.
tight spaces. Ole! Ole!
man.
Vai!
Come on.
Thuram!
3v3.
Di Marco!
3v3
Ah, it closed.
No, that's
Oh.
terrible.
Where did
Di
that
Marco.
go? It's a windy day,
Darmian.
to be fair.
Was it a penalty, maybe?
Such great work.
Let's see. Maybe there's a penalty. Thuram seems adamant about it.
Where's our
Unless he just
replay?
twisted his hand.
Wow.
Look at the strength from Lautaro though. Right here.
High five strikers because of that.
Bro, he's got this Argentinian grit about him that's just that's
good.
another thing you can't
And his work
quantify.
rate, his
These
work rate.
Argentinians, they have it. They know how to win.
Ooh, what was that?
Yeah, we need to see that.
What
close
was
up.
that?
Off the ball. Got a case.
And Zaki already needs a shower.
Brian Zagi's a disaster.
If you told us, years ago that we'd see Inzaghi facing off in a managerial dispute against Vincent Company, I don't know if I would have believed you.
We'd say, say it,
You'd have to date it back some years.
we'd
but,
say it again so we can record and laugh at it.
You know it's Simone Inzaghi though, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just making sure. I'm making sure.
He doesn't build trust in you.
No, you know
I
why?
just- I don't. Go ahead.
Because Bild, the newspaper in Germany, they put Pippo Inzaghi.
Oh, they had fun with that.
No. They put him by
made a
mistake.
mistake.
Instead of Simone, they put a picture of Filippo Inzaghi.
That probably did the more numbers doing that. Maybe they did it on purpose.
It could be. That would be genius.
I struggle to believe that Germans would make that mistake. They're
They're so
such rigid
efficient.
guys, like they would be locked in. Like somebody double checked before that went out. And they were like,
I don't
"Yeah,
know.
this is good material."
Right.
Or maybe not. Maybe not.
These guys, they have to make something new happen every single day. I don't think.
It happens. It happens.
Sorry, I'm just checking on what's happening with Arsenal Twitter updates here. 'Cause,
Yeah.
That's got to be such an Arsenal moment. I mean, to your point, still 3-goal spread. Real Madrid hasn't made a bunch of opportunities or anything. We've been watching down here. They had the one offside situation,
it.
but
Still good. They're still good.
I even date this back a little bit, maybe because I play so much FIFA or FC. But if I block a pen against you, my confidence has never been higher. To come back out and make something happen.
You sit on this chair straighter. You feel better.
Oh yeah,
about yourself.
You didn't tweet,
fully revved back in.
Tweet? I'll tweet.
It's a big thing, but it's also 3 goals, Mike. We even own FIFA. It's hard to come back from 3 goals.
Not if I'm playing you.
That's fair. For everyone that doesn't
Damn.
know, Mike was a professional player, so that's.
And now
say
you're
that.
where? You're in Toronto, right?
Yeah.
You play for Toronto?
Yeah, so
FC?
I'm working with Toronto, Toronto FC, and then still with Red Bull and everything as well
Really?
on the drink side. Yeah,
That's sick. You're gonna do a collab with some of the Italian guys, Bernadeschi.
yeah. They're English,
Embo.
or my Italian needs work. Somebody's got to work
Vai,
something out.
Barella, vai.
Have you ever seen what he says? Ooh, come on, TFC.
Did you see that he just did the thing with J Balvin as well?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Bernadeschi?
Yeah.
No! Come on, Lautaro.
2 on 1.
I guess Mike would say that he has aura though, right?
Good. Miss
Wait,
Bernadeschi.
Get back.
Yeah, I
track,
guess
track.
he built his
Come on.
way into it.
Michael's a big
He's
aura
cold.
guy.
He's pretty cold.
Oh no.
That's it, Pavar. Easy. That's it.
Well done,
Get it,
Pavard.
get it, get it, get it,
Well
get
done,
it, get it.
Pavard.
He got cultured over there very much. He's very part of the
It's a
what's
foul.
it called? The Canadian
He-
vibes.
Who?
I don't know if any of us can
Bernadeschi.
speak on.
Bernadeschi?
I don't view him as a Canadian, but
No,
I also
he's not
don't know if
Canadian.
either any of us are qualified to speak on Canadian vibes. I've been to Canada quite a few times. Maybe the most Canadian.
He's embraced the
I just
culture.
feel like he's very
has.
submerged.
He goes to the game. He goes to the Toronto Maple Leafs games.
He has his little
He
lingo.
seems like-
He's
he got
locked
his
in.
lingo
I feel
up.
like Insigne, you don't really see him
No,
around.
Oh, they want him out.
But
Insigne's
you
chilling.
see Bernadeschi that
Yeah, he
I
wants
like
to do it.
He just scored a great goal, by the way. I don't know if you saw it. Oh,
against Messi, right?
yeah. Goal of the season thus far.
Come on, Barella.
Oh,
At least for TFC.
Nothing. Let's go. Get the hell out of here.
I don't know. The longer it sits like this, it's not bad for you.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
Sure.
the longer,
Not bad
the longer
for
it's
you.
better.
But
Absolutely. But one
We
goal
had some
changes everything.
Chances. We gotta
One goal changes it all.
do a little more.
Thuram too. He's another one, man. He's so good.
is Antonio joining us?
No, he's not coming.
Is he coming for dinner?
Yeah, he'll come probably after the game.
Nice.
be around.
Love that. I'm telling you, we should do food content
Another
with
ball.
Antonio.
Another
We
loose
should.
ball. Come on.
Inter Club Ohio. Forza Inter. Wow.
Right, baby.
Do you guys have a big club in Ohio? Have you been?
To the Inter Club of Ohio, no.
No?
But Ohio used to have a lot of Italians back in the day.
Well,
Did they really?
I was going to say Ohio
know
just
that.
has a lot of people. A lot of people don't realize the population
No,
of Ohio.
I don't realize.
I think it's
Cleveland,
like
Cincinnati.
no, but
Yeah.
Look at this Bastoni.
also
Corner.
Columbus. But
Columbus.
I think again, somebody hit Google for me. I think Ohio is like top 7 largest population states or something like that. Maybe it's definitely in the top 10.
We'll just believe you.
Yeah, I know. I got random stats for stuff.
Yeah, I'm not searching.
Oh,
that
you
up.
got
I'll
New
go
York,
with that.
California, Texas. Those are 3.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's there. Ohio's got a lot of people, bro. Or the chat's gonna tell me I'm absolutely wrong.
They'll tell us.
ChatGPT.
Inter Club Ohio.
Yeah.
LeBron James from there.
Is he from there or just
Yeah.
played there?
No,
he's from there?
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
He's
I
from
didn't know.
Akron. I went to University of Akron
Wow.
for a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Talk
Met
about-
LeBron. He built the, gym there.
Zips. The
You
Zips.
met him?
Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow. When? How long ago was this?
When I was a freshman in college.
You met him?
Wow.
Yeah, because he built the gym in
That's
Akron.
aura right
Hell
there.
out of here. Wow.
You couldn't make up this lie if I
Wow.
wanted to right
No,
now.
I don't mean
believe
get out of
you.
here like that.
I believe you. Wow, that's amazing.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, he was working out all the top college prospects, which we also got to watch. And I'll tell you what, man, LeBron is just different species.
Oh yeah.
Because like you'd think,
so good. Like,
maybe we
mentality.
don't realize with the NBA, but you think like, all right, I remember the critiques early on was maybe LeBron wasn't the best shooter. He was a better shooter than anyone there. That was like that was what they did. He was a better dribbler than the best dribblers. He's more athletic than the most athletic person.
And his longevity too. He's doing
Oh
it
no,
for
the
half-
longevity.
it's-
We never
it's
seen anything like it.
insane.
He's kind of like a
Insane.
Ronaldo actually. in
Yeah,
that
Jordan's
regard.
better.
I don't know anything about basketball,
But
but did you
they're
guys
both playing
know
at
then?
40.
Did you guys know then that he was going to
Yeah, yeah,
become?
yeah.
Dude,
He was
had
already- he was already
Dude,
on.
they already
Everybody
knew
knows.
from when he was
Everybody
going
knows.
from school.
2003
It was
draft,
insane.
man.
Yeah.
It's cool in America that happens a lot.
Anthony.
I feel like in soccer it doesn't really.
No, they don't
happen
do that. It's different. It's
as
a different
much.
style.
If you want to meet Carmelo, he's in town tomorrow, 12 p.m.
Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, Carmelo Anthony is doing a new release for his green product.
I heard.
Yeah, it's around the corner from where I'm at.
Green,
Oh, yeah?
bro.
Yeah,
Mike didn't get it.
think about it.
Green, like the grass.
Oh,
I don't know what I can say or not say on here.
I got it.
haven't heard Melo's name in years, to be
Yeah.
fair. So I don't know what he's up
He's got a
to.
good
Oh,
podcast
play it quick.
now.
That's it.
Does he have a podcast?
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
Play it quick.
I'm not a two.
Oh, Lautaro. Who's there? No, Mkhitaryan. Mickey.
How many people you guys have at your Ohio club? He said
Oh
they
my
meet
God,
in
come on.
Little Italy.
Read that. What's it say?
7th Ohio.
What did
All
I
right,
say?
Respect. You said 7th.
Bro, that's a great
you said
call
10th.
out.
You
No,
said
I said
10th.
7th and
Nah,
I
you said
backtracked to 10th. I
Mike-
said
Mike-
at least
Mike-
top 10. I
Mike-
said 7th, but
Mike-
at least top 10.
to
Dude,
be-
that's a great call.
To be fair, you sound surprised. So
Well, I'm just like I didn't know if
I think-
it
I
on the
think Peter
nose. I
said
thought
it.
I read it once. Okay, just gonna give it to Peter.
No,
I got
I
way
don't
too
think-
hyped.
no,
right
you
there.
got, but you're very surprised.
That was
Like
pretty
you
good.
guessed that though.
My bad.
Bro, you were searching that before.
Yeah, okay. That's exactly. That's how I prepped for the pod. I came with Ohio
50
stats for
states
the
Did you
boys.
mean LeBron or no?
Can you name all 50 states, Mike?
Yeah. If you had a map, I can definitely label.
Oh, the map, yeah.
Wow.
I think if you actually writing them down, I'll get all 52.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah.
You know the song?
I don't know the song, but that would be a great code for this. I know what you're referencing. They didn't teach us that song.
Yeah, there's another penalty check in Arsenal Real Madrid. I think it's for Real Madrid.
Oh, this would be super.
That would be
That'd be
so
devastating, bro.
They need to get this. They need to get this quick. This goal.
Yeah, they got to score with
Madrid's
half.
100% gonna get a penalty.
What all we got over here, Peter? We doing halftime drinks? What we got? See Aperol?
It's a bunch of things.
Whatever you
what
want.
should we
see.
get involved with?
I gotta
I'm gonna
see
start,
because
I'm gonna start with
I
the
see-
coffee and
Yeah,
then at
maybe a
halftime,
coffee,
you
maybe
want
a coffee.
these,
Yeah.
these drinks, they don't restock for some reason.
What are you talking about? There's a lot there.
Mmm.
I have a.
They've been there for the
I have
past
a lot
year.
of Amato. I brought
Amaro.
from Italy. I got it. You like Amato, right?
Is that
Digestive.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know what it is.
Digestif.
Yeah.
in French.
Digestive.
Let's see if that was a
Digestivo.
pen.
It's going to be given as a pen.
Yeah, it's a penalty, guys.
Declan Rice.
Rice.
Oh, that's the
He's
fellow, the
boiling.
hero from the first leg.
You want a coffee? You want espresso?
Yeah, I'll take an espresso. That would be amazing. Thank you.
Pete.
The next.
In halftime.
This guy's
I'm very
calculated.
calculated.
You know, we talked about
Going?
the idea.
No, come on, man.
Oh boy.
Peter, when you and I went to Italy and
Yes.
we were discussing, you know, how these little espresso shops are everywhere.
Yes.
And how that would do great in New York. Have you seen the chain that's everywhere now? This
Which
like
one?
Matto. What's the place called?
Amato, yeah.
Amato. Yeah, they're everywhere now.
Yeah.
Did
But I
I
don't-
feel like they just brought it over. That was the plan.
Have you got? I haven't gone into one.
I've gone
So-
and they also have the flavored cups and how
They
much
do?
is like that.
How
It's not as good.
How much is a shot over here?
$3.
Oh, that's not
That's
bad.
not bad at all.
I was thinking 5.
Oh, yellow card, my friend.
I know
Come
that
on.
sounds crazy saying, but $3 is not bad for New York
That's
right
good.
No,
now.
I was thinking 5 at least. I was like, how much are they gonna charge?
And they do like I think they do like happy hour deals and the morning deals too on
That's
your
pretty good.
espressos.
Yeah, I've seen a lot.
I live next
you
to
know,
a couple of them, so I'm walking through now.
Coffee culture definitely has grown, and there's a couple of other Italian places opening up on Fifth Avenue. Who was it on?
Sure, I'll take
Fifth
a look.
Avenue, I think.
Fifth
Well,
and what?
Was it?
Sparkling.
I think 47th Street, 48th Street, so like Midtown.
Okay.
So there's a bunch of places opening up, and you know it's always good. I have a lot of places mapped out, like whenever I go into the city for a good
He knows
espresso, because
he knows.
it's hard to listen, especially now.
Beautiful. Thank
No,
you, sir.
no, what a wrong cup you gave him, but especially with these, hipster type espresso places.
What?
I don't want blueberry in my coffee. I
What's
want to
going
have
on there?
real
What's-
espresso.
I don't want blueberry. in my coffee.
No, he's right.
Oh, what a chance! Was it Turam?
Yeah, Lautaro to Turam.
Oh boy,
Good ball by Di Marco, man. Oh, Chad.
Turam
Perfect.
almost.
Perfect ball.
He was inches away.
Chad had it. If that was Lautaro, there,
Found the wrong guy. The wrong guy for
Oh
sure.
man,
penalty
Yeah,
check.
I was
for
gonna
Real
say
Madrid.
I don't know if it's like this everywhere in the U.S. Chat, you tell us. But when did coffees just become so much milk and get so expensive,
Oh, milk is more expensive.
bro? I know we got an egg shortage right now, but like, what's happening with milk?
Latte.
because
I feel like a lot
it
of it
caters
depends
to
on the
more
clientele.
people, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who are the people?
You know the people.
I know the
Say
people.
it
Tell
on
me who the
stream.
people are, Mike.
I'm not saying on stream.
Who are
You
the
know
people? What do they look like, Mike?
He's saying hipsters.
I mean, yeah, it's
put it here.
it's the
They pay for
ones that don't want the
overpriced
bitter.
coffee.
It's the new gen, you know, the people that don't want the bitter.
Like
coffee.
$11 coffees now.
Yeah,
Nah,
that's
it's wild.
Because they do those pumps of caramel. That
Or it's a milkshake.
that
It's not-
whipped
They charged me for
cream.
ice the other day. I was like, "Can I get that ice?"
What?
Wow.
75 cents for ice,
Wow.
bro. That's crazy work.
you pay
That's
twice
good.
And, like, you
because there's
can't-
less coffee.
I know
in it,
less coffee, and
there's-
I was like, I'm not doing this again. I was like, next time you give me the ice separate, and then the coffee, and I'll mix it if I want. I'll make it a cold.
no
coffee.
penalty. No penalty
Nah, it's
given
not
to
a pen.
Madrid.
Oh, okay.
When I was in Italy, I was telling my uncle a little bit because we went out. We got a coffee. We got some food, sandwiches, a dessert after.
Keep going.
The whole thing came
10
out
euros.
to 14 euros. And I told him,
overpaid.
I said, and we were right in the center. We were right in the center.
They were speaking English.
So
didn't you?
I told my uncle, I said this would have been 2 coffees in America, and we had a whole lodge. He's like, America. He's like, you guys are failed.
And we have to tip on top too. So
Yeah.
again, we're gonna drop
Oh
that
my
into there.
gosh. Yeah. In Europe, if you tip, they get mad. It's crazy.
I would love to know how much. Well, maybe I don't want to know, but I'm curious how much money I've spent in tips over my life.
Come on.
Oh gosh.
Oy.
Oh boy.
I definitely think I've spent 6 figures in tips
Well, Mike, you're heavy. Tip,
Foul.
bud.
Your whole life.
in my life for sure. 6 figures. Because think about it, sometimes you get caught into some bills you don't like. You got to still provide for the people. I'm also very generous. I mean, I've worked as a waiter before. I've worked as a bartender as well. And you know that's how you make your money.
Who's making
That's
drinks?
how-
Is that
yeah, that's fine. That's how you make your money. You know, so it's like you got to make sure you support people. But the only thing I will say now is like it's become so like obligation wise,
Yeah.
that the hospitality isn't there. Before, like people
much.
were nice to
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
and I understood it a lot more. I was like, at least I got a conversation. I had a bad day, I could go to my local place and say hello, and someone would smile at me, even if they didn't mean it, and it would make my day better. It was like you know our version of having a dog. Maybe that's not the best comparison, but I didn't have a dog, so that was what we had to go with.
Mike, since you used to bartend, what do you do when they order a drink and you just don't know what's inside? You just search it up. Like, what do you do?
Depends how they approach. Like, I never was in a really busy bar, right? I might ask them what's in it, depending.
okay.
Like, yeah, if it's a,
That
you
would
know,
be confidence. I'm giving you a
that's
real
what
good
I
tip.
would feel so
No, I'm just
awkward.
saying,
I would feel so awkward. I'd
No, I mean,
search on
like,
my phone.
it'd be like the vibe is like cool. I've never made one of those before. What's in it? So sometimes people come with names that you're like, I don't know what that is. What is
so
the?
you just straight up?
Yeah, you
Okay.
just tell me what the flying rooster's in it, and maybe I can make this. I didn't know what the
Okay,
flying
that's
rooster
cool.
was.
So you're just transparent. Nice.
Antonio the other day told me that he paid his tip twice.
He probably didn't see the gratuity on the check.
He didn't see that it was already added.
Yeah.
And he goes,
Antonio was
he goes,
pissed.
I gave a really good tip.
Yeah, I was gonna say last night I was healthy on the tip too, man. I think I had a $77 tab, and I gave her $100.
Wow.
So I don't know what that is off top, but 30-something%.
Yeah,
Anyways,
nice guy.
support your people. Support your people.
Mike,
good.
yeah,
Definitely.
man.
But I mean, I got dragged into a couple like when I was young. Those like you went with your
Oh, that's
boys and they
tough.
ordered bottles.
That's tough.
Those types of tips, and those are though I don't like those deals.
Those are-
because I'm not even into that. That's not my lifestyle
Those get
choice.
crazy.
Yeah, that's not my.
And you regret those.
Well,
Win it,
I've also
win that.
it's not me. Oh.
Come on, Hakan. Play it quick.
DiMarco.
Oh, he had
That's not
DiMarco.
bad. That's not bad. That's not bad.
One more.
The thing
Donovan.
is, they have no speed on the right
Right,
without
right.
Dumfries.
That's where the height came from.
DiMarco, do some magic.
Easy, easy, easy.
Oh,
Take
beautiful.
it, Hakan.
That curled
The ball went in.
Holy
Why did I think the ball
He's
went
another
in?
one that's underrated.
Hakan scores.
Hakan
Yeah,
is-
Albu, dropping into that 6.
Almost went to Bayern Munich.
When I was gonna say when he went to you guys, it was kind of a revitalization for his career.
Correct.
100%.
So I think a lot of people had already kind of written him off.
I hated him.
Yeah, he started to lose his hair. They were like, "This is the end." You know.
He went to Turkey.
Yeah,
He went to
Yeah,
Turkey.
you
He did go
should.
to Turkey.
What a correlation,
God.
Mike. You lose your hair and it's the end.
No, but he was so bad.
I've only known Peter hairless. So I don't know. I don't know what it looks like. You've been always going.
Same with us. Same with us.
You got a lot of hair.
No, we didn't know him.
This is the one thing you got, Mike,
we
is the
didn't
hair.
know, we
I
didn't
did.
know him hairless.
I knew. No, with hair.
You know,
Oh,
Yeah, you
I
had
know.
to know
I
him
know.
with hair.
I know him with
Yeah.
hair. I know him with hair.
Does chest hair count?
Yeah. Pete's one of those guys been bald since he's like 16.
Yeah, that's it.
He's not bald. He's shaved. It's that style, Mike.
That's what I thought you
But
said.
he's got great facial hair here, so I feel like as long as you get one of the two, you're
100%.
good.
Yeah.
Good,
It's like I can't get this. I had a chin strap
still
for a
can't?
minute.
No,
Nah,
chin
it's pretty
straps
bad.
are
It was
bad.
bad news.
Nah,
bro.
chin
I can
straps
only get
are-
a goatee for a while, so like I might have hair, and now I wear a hat all the time anyway. So
And you
it's
have
like,
amazing hair.
yeah, nobody
You
even
got the
sees
best
the hair.
Why
My
do you wear a
bad.
hat all the
Doesn't
time?
make any sense.
It's just kind of part of like the brand for me, man. I like and I
It's
like
easier, less maintenance.
it's
right?
way less maintenance.
Yeah, that's true.
And you might catch me on a Saturday night with the hair out.
Okay.
Do you have locks? Like
Sam,
nice golden
It's got
locks?
flow. I don't know about golden
Give
locks.
Peter
cream
something.
cheese unlocks.
My bad.
He's imagining.
I mean, Pete and I just went for breakfast recently together.
That's right.
What you guys get?
Went to
Moroccan egg.
Yeah, we went to a Moroccan place for breakfast. Lovely. Have you ever been to Cafe Mogador?
I
No.
did not.
Would highly recommend it. Well, you
Sounds-
more than welcome to come next time. Either the city or like Williamsburg has a location.
Would have been nice to get that invite that time. Easy to tell us now.
Peter called me.
Ah, okay, so it's Peter.
Yeah, Peter called me. He
Wow,
said,
your
"Hey,
phone
the
wasn't
guy-
working?
No, he said, "Hey, I'm going to be in the city, tomorrow or the
I
couple
got
days."
great
Oh,
I'd
Marco
love- I
Mike.
have great self-reception, by the way.
I'd love to see you.
I remember.
Hey, think about it. You're like,
Tomorrow,
"Hey, you
will you
text me saying,
schedule
hey, I want to see you
tomorrow?
today," and I was like, "All right, say less."
It's true.
Tomorrow, with your schedule. I don't
Mike,
think
did you have a
it's
hat for that?
I did. I wore a
brunch?
hat. I wore a hat.
Okay.
I've been
Me
living.
too.
Me too.
Yeah. We both wore hats.
Yeah, there's been no goals in any of these games. I can't believe it.
I can't.
I
You
expected
have to
some-
say it right now, right? You have to say it right
Is
now.
that the game
Right
plan?
now, you gotta say it. Yeah.
Did anybody in the
Sorry,
chat
Pete.
predict goalless material? Also,
No.
like the chat,
No.
Like it up.
like the live stream.
Well
Let
done.
people know what's happening.
Oh,
If you
boy.
support these,
That's
Stay
lovely,
in front, Mickey.
I wonder where that
That's
ball's
right.
gonna go.
You support these lovely individuals.
This guy's gonna mess up.
that's the best way to do it. It's free to do
Confuse
that.
this guy.
Do we have anything we can sell them? What
No.
are the boys? Can we buy stuff? These are
These
fly.
are ItalianFootballTV.com.
These are fly, bro.
That's right.
Yo, we have one for you.
You have
We
one.
got one.
Yeah.
Okay. Put me
At
in, like,
halftime.
yeah, okay.
After you're done making the drinks, you could.
Okay.
You can put them on.
Dirty Mike's getting put to work.
I didn't get to work there very long, so don't expect too much.
No.
Well, you said it
I
was a
wonder
slow
what
bar.
happened.
This guy's not even a bartender.
Yeah, it's okay.
Fuck outta
It
here.
was at a country club. It was a good job that I was.
Country club.
Yeah, good
You're
times.
Making
Oh
punch
no!
over there.
Oh no! Muller.
Ooh.
No.
Alla grande.
Wow.
Oh, Summer with the double.
Nice.
flare.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
come on.
All right,
That
but
was
listen.
scary.
That
Good
was,
thing he
That
didn't
was
shoot
scary.
first
By the way,
time.
that was
I like it.
scary.
Good thing he didn't shoot
Summer's
first
great.
time. Wow.
very
Great.
agile. Not the
Yeah.
biggest
Well, he's not a very
goalkeeper.
big goalkeeper. Yeah.
No.
Not the
He's
big-
like a 5'10", they rounded.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know the game.
5'10", are we searching that or what?
He's 6 foot list.
Put him next to DiMarco. Let's see.
Goalkeepers like basketball
like
players,
me.
they always add a couple inches
Yeah.
for goalkeepers in particular. The
Don't
rest
we
of the-
all?
You have to.
I don't know. Are you lying on the apps right now? What are we
Nah.
talking about?
I say
Mike, how
I
tall
can't-
do you put yourself on the apps?
That's not.
Yeah. You guys see his driver's license. It's 6'2". His driver's license is
He paid a guy.
6'2".
Yeah, I knew the guy at the DMV.
I don't know.
Yo.
Jeez, Louise.
With Mike's
so
new
scary.
boots, I would say all day 5'11".
5'11".
With
You
the new
can't be the
boots.
same as
With the
me.
new
New boots.
Yeah, you saw these boots. They got the inserts. Uh-oh.
Oh Lord, you can't let them shoot that.
Yeah.
Those are scary. So
Listen.
37th minute.
We'll say nervy times here a little bit. Bayern's kind of building into
a
this.
little, yeah.
Sriracha said Mike is the perfect height for a kit man.
Sriracha, like the hot sauce. That's one of my favorite hot sauces.
What does it mean by a kit man?
Kitman, like Tommy. Tommy
on.
from Napoli.
Tommy's a tall guy. I met him.
Did you?
Yeah,
Oh
went
yeah,
for
we did.
Napoli.
Yeah, we did see him. I don't remember how tall he was.
He's a tall
He
fella.
doesn't look tall.
He's a tall fella.
He's a kit. Mike, you're a kitman for the Greek.
What does
team,
that
right?
mean? A kid? There's a height.
The
for
kit
kid
man.
I don't know.
Like you handle the kits.
But what's that to do with height, P?
I have no idea.
That's what Sriracha.
Don't get
Yeah,
offended,
that's what I'm
Mike.
trying
Don't
to
get
figure out.
Sriracha is
offended.
the one who brought it
Don't
up.
get offended.
He's
Just
just
face the
I'm not.
fact.
Yo,
Yo,
Just
Peter's
reading
just
the
reading the
Just face
chat,
the
bro. He's just
fact.
reading the
But
chat.
I'm just
You can't
curious.
get mad at him for reading
Yeah,
the chat.
exactly.
You got to reach the top shelves, I guess.
You,
Let's see how close this.
What are they talking about me? Maybe it's not that mic. Maybe it's this mic is the perfect height for a kit, man. I don't know anything about height with kits.
Somebody asked before about Napoli. We posted a video today in the morning of what Napoli were doing last night. Inter preparing for this game against Bayern Munich, all stressed out. Peter's losing even more hair. Napoli's at a restaurant singing songs, drinking wine. Conte's smiling. This is the most important game for Napoli, is that Inter goes through.
Napoli need Inter to go through here.
Have you followed the title race at all? this
Yes,
year?
I understand the title race. So
It's really tight between Napoli and Inter. There's 3-point difference. 6 games to go.
Oh.
And basically, the only reason why Napoli has a chance, they're 3 points behind Inter, is because Inter's playing so many games. So they're starting to slip up.
So they want them to go further just
Everyone-
to get tired out.
Yes.
Okay. That's what I was making
Yeah.
sure you're following here. Okay.
They're going to play, basically, if
Is that
Inter
like a
goes-
public thing that's happening right now? Is there a public?
everyone knows it.
Yeah. Okay.
no,
Everyone
that's what
knows.
they're just saying.
They
They're
could just be rooting
Inter
for
has
their
to play so
Italian,
many
yeah.
games, so they're gonna slip. They could slip up on these Serie A games. So
Inter will
then
play
they're gonna
20
have to
20
rotate-
plus more games
rotate
than
players.
Napoli
Yeah,
will
ready
throughout
for
the
them
season.
here.
It's actually insane though. Like I think they might be. I don't know what the chat thinks on this. You might be over footballing. Like
Yeah.
if you're like one of the top teams, you almost have to have 2 11s.
You have to. Well, Inter do.
But I'm just you
Inter,
have to.
Inter has strong.
But there's
I mean,
a big difference
when the
between
drop
the
off
starters and-
happens from injuries. Okay, but a guy like Carlos Augusto, for example, Carlos Augusto was amazing in the first leg. He stepped in for Di Marco. Darmian is playing for Dumfries. He doesn't offer the same sorts of thing, but he's pretty good at what he's able to do. Inter are able to get that rotation, and now even Arnautovic. That's a big story. Is Arnautovic is scoring
How
goals
about
for
that
them?
pass? Sorry.
It's a beautiful pass. Come on, Inter.
if you can take them on,
It's the one thing Inter lack.
Oh boy.
Maybe not.
Nice take on.
Is the 1v1.
Shoot.
oh my
Finish.
god, oh my
Too
god,
many. They're trying to pass the ball in.
Too cute. Too cute. 40th minute, not bad. I think we can all agree this is positive so far.
Sriracha said Pete is perfect height for a team cook.
all right. I don't know if I'll be the team cook, but I'll definitely sit down on the table.
He knows how to whip up some great meals. He's a
right.
great cook.
Let him know.
Yeah, apparently he is. We've never.
Oh, you
We
don't, have,
never-
you don't have a kitchen in here.
We never. Yo, you could bring it.
You can bring
Gotta
it.
bring it.
That
Not
seems
the
like a
same.
lot.
That seems like a lot. What do you mean? You
Fresh.
cook and you bring it to your friends?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be fresh.
Could invite us
You
over.
had spinach
Yeah, that's
rolls
true.
before.
We haven't
Come on.
He could invite us
Yeah,
over.
you see, look.
you're winning me over. Yeah, you're bringing me back
You
around.
didn't even invite us when you went for breakfast, so.
Yeah, seriously. I love Morocco.
I felt like Pete was inviting
Morocco
me.
sounds great.
That sounds incredible.
Jeez, all right. Would have worn a hat too.
It's okay, jealousy, you know.
Jealously.
It's
I'm jealous of the team cook.
Inter, Anto was talking about Inter yesterday, and he's one of the only guys from our crew that wants Inter to get knocked out
Of course.
I wonder
because
why.
he's bitter. Yeah, he's very
Misery
bitter.
loves company.
So he said he wants Milan to finish with 2 trophies at the end of the season to knock Inter out of the Coppa Italia. They have the second leg of the semifinal, and they already beat Inter in the Supercoppa. So he said if they go out in Champions League and Napoli win the league, they'll finish with more
Oh,
trophies.
that was
Buddy,
vital
that
there.
could've been-
Kimmich.
That could have been something.
This is what Anto was telling me yesterday.
I would never want to be on his bad side.
No.
I feel like his pettiness level is pretty high.
Yeah.
Like on a 1 through 10, I don't know if it's a 10, but it's there. It's close.
You've seen us play foosball against him.
Yeah.
Right? He's extreme. Let's say it like that.
That guy's. Oh boy, we can have a whole live stream for 24 hours.
I just
talking
imagine if
about-
you worked with him. Like if you were working on the same project and he decided he didn't like you or something, that project's about to get so much more difficult.
That's why he works alone. He's a woman. I actually told him, I was like, how come you didn't get your son involved, or you don't have anybody else you work with? Now it actually makes sense. You know what the funniest story Anto ever told me about his work? So he goes to buildings and he does surveys and stuff. So he went to a building and he met an IFTV follower. And I don't remember if the guy was a Milan fan or something. And he comes back here afterwards and he goes, oh, I met this guy. Oh, Nick, me and him, we were talking. He goes, oh, we went to get coffee. He goes, I didn't do the job that day. He's like, we just talked for 3 hours, so I got to go back tomorrow. That's what he does on his job. He's like, oh, we got caught up in talking about soccer.
I think he's just a connector at this point. Like,
Yeah.
you call, Anto out, and then he connects you with somebody to do the thing.
That too.
He has the relationship.
He checks his schedule to see if any games are on, and then that usually dictates what he's able to. If Milan's playing, he'll cancel anything.
I respect that.
Did you see at his daughter's wedding, he gave a speech, and he said Forza Milan at the end of it?
As a man should. You can't knock his support. This is what he breathes.
As a man should.
Yeah.
Especially since he's paying for it. So
Yeah, let him have his moment.
I'm surprised
There's
that's the
worse
only
things
thing
you could say.
I'm surprised that's the only thing he said.
yeah, exactly.
That's what we saw in the cut.
Yeah.
So
His daughter's face was like,
His
oh
daughter
God.
was, but she couldn't say anything.
Oh man. She didn't want that check to bounce afterwards.
Nice and easy. Nice and easy.
tell you, this is slowing down okay.
Yeah. Get through the first half.
I didn't expect both games to be 0-0.
No.
Yeah.
No, I didn't
Surprised
expect
Real Madrid.
it. Not good from Real Madrid now.
Thought they would get.
Yeah,
Not
It'd be
good.
hard to score 3 in the
Goal.
second.
Yeah. I don't think that's happening. Well, that's the whole thing with Arsenal, is the way that they are defensively.
Oh, it makes
Who do you
the
think-
comeback even better for the last 20 minutes for Madrid, right? Last
Who do you think Barca are going for? Think they want Bayern or they want Inter?
I don't think they care, but I'd rather see them play Inter.
That's right.
I think they'd rather Bayern.
Really?
Yeah.
I think Barca have their own problems in defense. They got to worry about themselves.
I was actually looking at the numbers.
Jeez.
No lunges like
So
that.
risky, but
Those
I like
lunges
to
are so
Yeah.
scary.
pick out like
I don't
that.
know from a matchup perspective. I'm just, just talking that out loud from if you're Barcelona, who you prefer.
Well, I would just say they probably prefer Inter. I'm sorry, Bayern, because of all the injuries the Bayern have right now. So that would be one thing.
Also because
Look out for
defensively, they concede so many goals.
Yeah.
They get into these crazy matchups. They kind of try to do the same thing, both of them. But Barca does it way better.
They're not as sound as Bayern in defense though. Barca.
Barca's attack though is
lethal.
quite elegant.
Barca's
Yeah, I mean Lewandowski
has
has
good
stayed
defense.
ageless, and
Yeah,
we've obviously Yamal
we don't have to talk about. Yeah.
I don't know what
He's
we're
too
watching
damn good.
with. Every time I feel like almost every time I watch him play, I'm surprised by something.
Yeah, me too.
But they
he's
concede
too.
goals.
Getting better
But
and
they
better.
Me
concede
too.
goals.
Honestly-
no.
He's really getting better.
At first I was like, okay, he's 16 years old. For sure, we're gonna see mistakes. He can't be that good. And now every time I'm watching him, I'm saying to myself,
That's got to be a card. That's
That's-
no good. That's no good. That's
you
super
kidding
late.
me?
There you go.
What kind of tackle was that, man? Damn.
Yeah. He came from Spurs too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Tottenham move.
there's also 5 players that can't get yellows on Inter, or they'll miss the next leg.
Hey, do you
by
have
the
a
way.
list? What we got?
Lautaro, Mkhitaryan, Pavard, Bastoni, Barella. Yellow
Look
card
about
away
it.
from
Look about it.
suspension.
Come on, man.
By the way, that's the
These
dumbest
yellow
rule of all
cards, they gotta
time.
remove it.
Yeah, I don't like
3
that
yellow
rule.
cards.
I don't like that rule at all.
You should not miss a Champions League semifinal.
No.
That should never exist. If it's a harsh red card like what Mbappe did last week, okay, fine. But yellow cards are part of the game. Yellow cards, they're tactical
They're
sometimes.
tactical, yeah, it's no good.
And you're gonna suspend the guy. You're gonna suspend Pavard. You're gonna suspend Barella,
That's not
Bastoni
right.
for getting a yellow card in this match.
I think they should increase the number. So if you want to keep the rule, so be it.
3
But
is little.
Three seems very for the amount of games they play.
Yeah,
Maybe give them 5.
You're right, because they added more games. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's just an update to the rule would shift that rule without.
I would get rid of the rule.
Yeah, I get you, but I'm saying if we didn't have to go that extreme, at least updating it, making it fit into the system better.
I don't
Less
hate it.
players would be suspended.
Yeah.
Mike, you like the substitution? How we adapted that 5/3 subs over the long run now, since we had it for some time.
It's okay with me. I'm cool with it.
You
I
can do
like the idea of tactical approaches being part of the game, but I also kind of like that the three meant so much. So I'm a little conflicted.
That's true.
Like you knew if you got called upon, this guy was going to have to be a shifter.
Now it's
of
like
the
half
game.
the teams
The
like
thing
I
is,
have
with,
fun.
with this many games, you have to have 5.
But also-
it's impossible to go
Yeah,
back to 3. It's impossible.
It was the right shift.
but it
especially-
benefits the bigger teams. Too,
It doesn't. But at this point, they're playing. Look how many more games they're playing.
It's insane.
It's wild.
Well, like let's look at it right now. Like even this summer, so we have the FIFA Club World Cup, we have
Our
the
sponsors.
Gold Cup, yeah.
Our sponsors.
I
Big
got
shout out
everything.
to them.
started in June.
They just they have obviously the World Cup following that. You've got the friendlies. They're always going
Yeah.
to do friendlies over the course of the summer as well. Then you have the Champions League that's happening coming into the spring and summertime. You've got your domestic leagues. You've got your domestic cups within those
Halftime.
leagues.
Halftime for Inter 0-0.
Go on, go on.
It's a
We're
lot
listening.
of football,
It's
bro.
a lot. It's
And
a
I
lot.
want more, Mike.
I don't
want
know.
more
I'm
matches.
consuming. I've never consumed so much for football. I've always watched, and I felt like it was a lot easier. Like
want
even doing
more.
the highlights every week. You know, at the end of the weekend, you get the highlights of all the leagues. You see what happened, and now between some of the games also I don't know if I care about if the winner or loser in some of them. I care a lot about the Champions League, but some definitely the friendlies. I don't need all these friendlies. Maybe because we're in a position where we get to see European football on a regular basis, even going to Europe and watching it. Whereas like when players come over and they play for like 10 minutes and you pay now $300 for a ticket to go watch something at like MetLife or whatnot, that doesn't seem very good value.
It's got to be a meaningful game.
Yeah,
It
I want
absolutely-
meaning. I want to see the big stars come and see if they can make something for their name. And I feel like they've added a lot. Even some of the domestic cups too. I was like, I don't know if this actually makes a big enough difference.
And that's a good thing. Is it's got to be players taking it serious. Like when they come for some of those, it's not going to be as serious. Also with the prize money that they're going to have this summer, you're going to see everybody taking it to the next level, right? Inter, Juventus, the two teams that are representing the Italian teams in the Club World Cup.
That's right.
They're going to be the ones that fire. Even Inzaghi the other day, they asked him. They said, "Oh, you could still win 3 competitions." He corrected them. He said, "No, we're in 4." So it shows you that from the top, they're also telling their players and their team that they have to get through. Also take the Club World Cup serious.
Even these international friendlies that you're talking about, how much money that was pouring into the clubs. That's the reason why they were going to
it's still
the
worth them
US,
going.
China, everywhere else, because it's money. You need the friendlies to be able to, especially when new coaches, new players, you need that time. It's a very different sport than, let's say, baseball or basketball, even, where you don't need to necessarily practice every day. Practice is very important, and having the chance to show it on a friendly match that doesn't mean anything gives you the chance to apply then new tactics in the season.
when you guys played
Real
football,
Madrid,
when you guys
7
played
minutes,
football
right?
when you were young,
Yeah.
did you guys ever go to like tournament teams where you have like showcase tournaments?
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah?
Yeah, all the time.
So I almost feel, and that'd be a good way to get exposure, maybe to get the college offers, get more eyes on you. I almost feel as if friendlies are like showcases. Like, hey, here's a chance to see the stars, but not really see them. Like, you get a few different passes and this and that. Those, at least you were playing for something, an opportunity. Like, that was the idea behind it. And the friendlies, even those friendlies don't feel like tune-ups. Because I understand international friendlies a lot more. Because that's like, those players don't always get to play that much
Yes.
together. So you really need those time to
Yep.
work it together where you have maybe that trust or belief.
That's why the
tactics.
Nations League would have been big for the USA.
Yes.
Because now they have Gold Cup, and Gold Cup, some players are not going to be there. You're not going to have the roster. But at the same time, it gives an opportunity for others.
Yeah.
Like maybe Diego Luna, our buddy over there.
Do they know what Steve does? Steve does. What do they know what Pete does? I don't know who Steve is.
Steve?
I don't know who Steve
And
is.
you invite him to
call me Steve?
breakfast.
Steve?
You invite him to breakfast and not us.
Steve?
I don't know who Steve is.
Combination
I had
Steve.
one espresso and now I'm talking to Steve. I don't know where Steve came
Damn,
from.
what'd you get in that espresso?
I don't know, bro. Marco made it.
Now he's blaming
Do
me.
they know what Pete does?
You mean Steve?
They
Yeah.
do.
Stevie Pete, Pete Steve?
Yeah.
Wait,
Pete
you were
Steve-O?
just in LA, right?
I
Yeah, you
was.
just got back. You just flew in, right?
He didn't have
Just
any
flew in.
tacos there. You believe that?
Just flew
He
in.
didn't have a single taco.
But
taco.
I didn't understand. Who's the other Diego Luna? I know you're Diego Luna, the player.
Yeah, well, actually, if you go on like Twitter or something, Diego Luna oftentimes is trending, but it's because of the Star Wars saga with the actor. So
He's
he's
in Star Wars.
Oh, he's an
yeah,
actor.
He's a big actor,
Big
yeah.
actor, big actor.
Interesting.
And funny enough, Diego Luna, the player, obviously growing up, would always see his name and feel attached to him. And believe it or not, my player named his son Manolo after the movie
Wow.
Book of Life, where Diego Luna, the actor, played in. So
didn't realize he had
a really
this
cool
connection. Is he
connection.
from Mexico,
And they had the
the
chance
actor?
to meet. Yes, he's from Mexico.
Did you set that up? Did you guys
So
know?
we were working on it for a little bit, and then with Disney, so ESPN's parent company is Disney, and they invited Diego out to meet Diego Luna and be at the red carpet premiere.
pretty cool.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was really, really cool. So that was a
I saw everybody
fun
posting it.
experience. Yeah,
It was everywhere.
Yeah, it hit a lot of
It was everywhere.
mainstream, yeah.
It was everywhere.
Was the actor as familiar with his work?
He was,
Because I feel like if you have the same name with success, it's hitting your feed all the time.
Yeah,
It probably helps that
definitely
he was like Mexican, so he probably watches
exactly
soccer more.
Yeah, no, he seemed really genuine. I mean, they were talking a bit, and they said like, you know, Diego wants to send him a jersey, and the actor is going to also
That's
send
cool.
him some signed stuff
Very nice.
for his son and everything.
Who reached out to who? Did you guys reach out?
We reached out, but this particular thing was actually Disney that reached out.
Oh, they
So
said,
reached out to
you two should connect.
Yeah, they also
Wow.
worked on it. So
That's pretty cool.
it was pretty
Bro,
cool.
it's awesome.
A lot of times the timing is difficult with the actors because they're always away filming and they don't want to be bothered maybe, or they don't, you know, their schedule is very hard to track them down. So this was a perfect opportunity. And it so happened that Diego was also invited by Nike to the Travis Scott tournament at Coachella.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
That was pretty cool as well.
I have to say, I haven't told you, and because we haven't really seen each other much, it's so cool to see how big he's gotten now, Diego Luna. I remember when Luna was just a player that you told me about. You're like, oh, I have you probably listed him with 5 or 6 other players. Like, oh, these are my most interesting talents.
Yeah.
And out to hear him every week being talked about on TV. Also, USA fans, they come up on my feed now where they're forgetting about some of the other guys and saying, oh, we need Diego Luna to play. Or I see clips on my TikTok of even Landon Donovan coming up saying, we need more players like Luna. So that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
Congrats.
he's a kid that definitely went the unconventional way to the tops of the MLS and now with the national team. But if you look at his style of play, we don't have players like him.
Yeah, we need.
And he's the most Argentinian type player. You know, that everybody tries to see that crafty, creative number 10. Some of the stuff that he does, it's like some of these wizards on the pitch.
And I don't really watch MLS honestly, but whenever like Salt Lake plays, I watch because of him. He's fun to watch. Just
appreciate
like
that, Mike.
No, honestly, I really don't watch it, but I watch those games. And when
We get it, Mike. We get it, Mike.
No, but P, I
Oh,
always message him.
I appreciate that. I appreciate
Hey,
that.
Steve.
I message him.
getting battered.
But he's very fun to watch. He's like playing FIFA or something.
Mike
honestly.
is
It's like
very
that.
well connected with that. He's the one that's always sending
Yes.
updates. I think even before it happens, I don't need any notifications said. Mike is like, oh, I got an assist. Oh, he did this. No, but we're proud. We're very proud.
And we're not like necessarily a nation that produces the creative gene. So that's why you say it's something that for Americans, it was a nice little addition. Obviously, Pulisic's been everywhere.
Yes.
As like, you know, next up, we have a bunch of youthful talent. Though I will say, I think the last time we're going to see them in action is the Gold Cup before the actual World Cup.
Yep.
So we need a good Gold Cup. We have not
I'll go to
been,
run.
I don't even want to get into it. We really haven't been teetering in the right direction here. But we do have the Gold Cup this summer, of course.
Yeah.
But I was going to say that the creative players, if you're not Brazilian or Argentinian, it seems to be hard to develop.
Yeah.
Like
Look,
either have it or you
Italians,
don't have it.
we don't develop
No,
it.
it's difficult.
We don't
I
have
always
it.
wish Balotelli would have somehow worked out, man.
Yeah.
Antonio still thinks that.
Anto brings it up all the time. By the way,
Balotelli, what
got
a
a lot of
player.
people in the comments talking about Luna, by the way. And yeah, it reminds of a good moment. He broke his nose. He played through it.
Yep.
Old school.
Everyone's saying he better be in the national team for the World Cup 2026.
Nice.
That'll be cool to witness. All right, Inter. Oh, are you happy with the first half?
Definitely. 0-0.
Okay.
I think we had a couple of chances. Obviously, Bayern had a few really good chances. Come on, they had
They
chances.
didn't
in
have
front of them.
chances. They didn't have any 1v1s
I
by
guess.
themselves.
I guess.
The closest opportunity might have been the Bastoni tackle, to be
Yeah.
honest. That
Yeah.
would have been just 6-yard box.
But definitely going into the second half at 0-0 where you still have that 2-1 lead is important. And I think Inter, these next 20 minutes are going to be interesting, and then we know time to close up shop.
Yeah, let's see how that goes. I'll make drinks.
Okay.
Sounds good.
What do you want?
What do you got?
Amaro. All right, I'll tell you what I got.
You know what?
Mike will
Surprise
take-
us. Surprise us.
Make your best drink.
And Dirty Mike's gonna be the judge
Water.
of them, right? To make sure they're
His best
good.
drink, water. Water with ice.
But guys, we were
Are you going to charge me for the ice?
talking about the Club World Cup before. Mike brought it up. Marco brought it up. We want to thank them because they were powered by them for the FIFA World Cup. And they're fueling the content for this exciting tournament that's coming up in June. So it's going to be really fun. We're going to go to as many games as we can. It's starting June 14th in the U.S. There's going to be 32 teams. There's going to be some Italian teams like Marco talked about before. We have Inter, we have Juventus, and we have other giants like Bayern Munich, Madrid, Man City, PSG, Atletico, Boca Juniors, and the other Inter Miami. So we're going to as many games as possible, guys. Definitely come check it out. We have the link in the description, and if you cannot make it, DAZN has the free streams for all the games. So if you're not planning to come to the US to see the games, or you just aren't able to make it, guys, they're going to be streaming the games. So thanks to DAZN for making it possible, and it's going to be a fun summer. Mike, we're going to see you in some of these games.
Yeah,
or
I was
what?
going to say, send me some invites. Marco, can I come with you guys? Can I get on the sponsor train? I want to see Paul Maris
we
play, actually.
we got to bring
Get some of
Steve.
the Brazilians.
Are you going to bring Steve as your plus
That's who
one
they're
or no?
playing. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm not going to live that
Don't worry,
down,
Everton's not in it, Mike.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
I'm aware. I'm aware.
Don't worry
I'm
about
aware.
it. So
Very aware.
You'll be okay.
Have you seen the trophy, by the way, for the FIFA Club World Cup?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah, yeah.
They did the I was at it for the opening event here, with kind of the unveiling that everyone was at in New York, and it's pretty cool
There's
that we
a
get
key,
that.
right?
Oh, I haven't got to do any unlocking with the key. I don't know. If I gave you the key, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of deal y'all have worked out, but
boy.
I'm happy that you guys are bringing deals and taking myself and
Me?
And
yeah,
Steve.
I was gonna say and Steve. Steve,
Oh, Steve, come on.
I like
Scuba Steve?
Let me
Scuba
slide.
Steve?
If you don't,
All right.
It's gonna be a fun. His
You
face
made
is-
it. He poured it from
Cheers,
the bottle.
Oh,
You made the
boy.
amount.
He poured it straight. Oh, buddy.
That's good, huh?
Oh,
like
lovely.
that,
I like
huh?
it.
Yeah.
It's almost like a cinnamon touch on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little desserty.
Corizia.
Yeah, for sure.
This is good.
Steve and I should hang
You know
out.
what?
more.
You know
Steve
what
needs
we
to
need?
relax.
I'll stop.
Does he like Moroccan breakfasts?
I don't know where that came from, by the way. My apologies in the chat. I don't know where
we're
that
gonna
came from.
find
I don't know what
out.
I was thinking about up here.
Guys,
And
check his Instagram, Steve, and we're gonna
Not-
minimize the
Damn.
Not
results.
Steve. Let it go.
Have you met Mike?
Jesus.
Mike, we need like an RV sponsor.
An
wanna
RV?
Yeah,
RV.
I want a month with Antonio.
Do
driving
you?
around-
Dude.
driving around all these games?
We don't technically know exactly what Antonio does anyway, so I think we should
Nah,
just
he
go
could
ahead
take
and
off. He could take off.
yeah, let's just take him on a trip. Antonio's is made for on camera work. It's got to be said, right? We agree.
sure.
Maybe don't tell him that we're talking
Yeah,
about him
yeah,
right
yeah.
now, but like made for
sure.
on camera work.
Fair enough. Yes, I would agree with that.
Like he's even if you go to like a party, I've been to a couple parties with Antonio. He is the party.
It's true.
He was just in Italy and he was just recording his day in his life, recording the food there, telling
Was he in
strangers.
Bari?
He just says it to us. Yeah,
he was in Bali.
Sends it to us for no reason.
And he was telling strangers to record him while he was eating stuff on the street. And I was like, okay, Anta, that's nice.
He's one of a kind. We could say it like that. Let me ask you guys. Mike, I'll start with you.
Which one?
That
Steve? Okay.
This one here.
one, the tall one.
Yeah, what's up?
Inter 2010 is the last time, obviously, we've had an Italian winner in the Champions League. They won the treble. That Inter 2010 team, sometimes it gets compared to the one of today. Of course, the one of today has to go on and win to be put in that same category. But I'm saying playing-wise, style-wise, player for player, who is better, the 2010 team or this 2025 team?
It's hard to say because there's so many legends in that 2010 team. They were just so magical. It was also very nostalgic. So even if you think recency bias or whatever the case is, I know someone like Peter would just automatically think of the magic of the triplete
But for
winning
you?
squad. No, 2010.
2010.
Yeah, they were incredible. The names on that team.
The notoriety, if you're throwing it back, is where you're like if you're gonna go like in terms of individualism.
The Milito,
Yeah, but I'm just,
Schneider,
I also think
Eto'o,
Cambiaso, these are all icons,
Zanetti,
like international
Maicon.
icons, and also in a more competitive period. Some people would say of Serie A, like they were the leaders in like in anything from football. I think this is hitting me, by the way. I'm
Pete's
stuttering
thinking,
through
Pete's thinking of
words
his
right now.
answer. He's like going back and forth.
Ironically enough, if this 2025 team does go through, they would also play Barcelona in the semifinals, which that 2010 team was counted out. I remember the conversations over here.
That was
I
a better
remember
Barca too,
that,
right?
that
You could
Barca
say.
with
Yeah, that's
with
a better
Messi.
team than
It was a
this.
generational team in 2010 with Guardiola. Yet Inter found a way to knock them out. I will say though, because of course, like Mike said, rightfully so, this nostalgia, it brings us back, and sometimes we remember those moments greater than they were. And because that team won, you have to give them respect. But style-wise, I would say this 2025 team, it's more total football than the one in 2010.
No, that's for sure.
Yeah, okay, that's
Is that
that's
just a
playing
shift in
style.
football though?
But,
Like
yeah.
you know, like
I mean-
No, Barcelona was playing like that.
No, Barcelona. Okay, Barcelona.
He means Italian
No, but
teams,
even
right?
2010 Barcelona, right? They were incredible, like the best passing that we've probably seen in the midfield. These little tiki taka, but they also like put you to sleep. They made like
they weren't vertical
they
at
made
all.
fantastic midfielders, like other teams, look so ordinary, and their possession play. But that's different than what we're seeing generally speaking here.
Sure.
Now, where you especially have people bombing down the wings and stuff. That Barcelona was so compact with pass, recycle, pass, no crossing. They didn't need to.
But for example, that the 2010 team played more like an Italian team than this 2025 team.
sure.
This 2025
That's-
team
yeah,
plays like
agreed.
a more European.
But they also had
2010,
Mourinho as
they
a
had more
coach.
They had more champions. They had those superstars that killed the games and they won in a manner that was incredible. But this one does play better football.
But that was Italians. That was different. But that was they played a real old school catenaccio Italian style.
That's why I asked the question.
But
Yeah,
Also
and
our-
that was also Mourinho was a coach. So
but that's
another
why I
thing.
asked the question. Which one is better?
Also, our memory of
2010.
of some of the superstars and the icons of the game, they weren't always in their prime on
So
some
true.
of these teams.
So
So, like,
true.
if I think of Samuel Eto'o, for
Yeah.
example, his prime is definitely at Barcelona, right? So you could say like, yeah, he moved here and he was still playing well and still having his career, but like my memory of him, that's part of the memory.
Yeah.
Even if he made these other steps.
Each
like-
team wouldn't be the 2010 Inter. They wouldn't crack their defense.
All right, Pete hasn't spoken yet. I would like to know your
Yeah.
opinion.
You're the most important one.
And,
here,
and
Pete.
he was sipping it while he was smiling. So I want to know what
I'm
you
just
think.
reminiscing on the 2010 season. I mean, listen, that team won it all. So this team still hasn't won anything yet. They have a long way to go. Obviously, style of play, Inzaghi is a mastermind as far as offensive football, but also defensively, they let in only one goal, in the group stage, right? Or something like that. I forgot. But, defensively, I've been very strong in the Champions League. So he's figured out a way to balance both offense and defense. Thing is, that 2010 team was just special, man. All the players that played on that team, Lucio, Samuel, Kivu, Maicon, Thiago Motta, Cambiaso.
Keep going.
You keep on going, and it's just like, wow.
Let me make it more difficult for you.
Yeah.
Let's play around. Fantasy world. Inter win the treble this year. This 2025 team. So now you're keeping them both at the same level. Now, which one would you say is the best? Is the better team?
you won't be able to decide on that, I think, till later.
Yeah,
'Cause, like the
it's hard to
recency
decide.
side
That's
messes
true.
with
Have to
things.
wait.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell now.
Like I still don't know if people realize like some of the errors that we got to watch that are like I don't know if people realize how good Zlatan Ibrahimovic was because he played in the Messi and Ronaldo era.
Honestly, there's a
will
lot of
never-
players that got screwed because of that.
Yeah, but I'm saying I've never seen
Cassano.
well even like a Lewandowski, he's been brilliant the
Yeah,
entirety of his
so
career.
true.
I think without two guys that are just so much better than everyone basically,
Yeah.
you would have such a clear like this guy was outstanding. I'd say the same about Benzema.
Yep.
Benzema, if he wasn't
So
playing
true. I love
alongside
Benzema. Oh my God.
the likes of Ronaldo, like he made so many things easier for Ronaldo at Real Madrid. Of course.
And you can tell that once Ronaldo left, you could see him shine.
Well, again, another guy makes all the runs. The passing is there. He's just a complete
And so clinical.
number 9. Yeah.
So clinical.
Both feet.
Yo,
He can do it
Benzema
all.
was one of the best in our era. 100. Like he was so clutch. He was so clutch, man.
I always think it might be an odd comparison, but I always think the same in tennis. Like if you played tennis and you were playing in like the Nadal and Federer era,
Yeah, it's
like,
hard.
even Andy Murray, and,
Sampras.
yeah, like you weren't gonna be able. Did you say Sampras? Like
Sam-
Pete
That was
Sampras?
before, man.
No, I was like,
Because he's Greek,
All
he's
right,
Greek.
we're going back some.
That's
Okay.
Pete Sampras is Greek. You got Andre
Thanks,
Agassi
Pete.
over
Yeah,
there?
his name,
but
right?
that was but if you were in that era anyways with tennis, it was always the same or Djokovic, like it was the same like group that was winning. It was like
Yeah,
3 or 4
exactly.
guys. So
They
even
were
if you were
dominating.
brilliant, you just weren't going to break in.
Yeah.
For sure. That's what it is, though. That's what it is.
Got some people saying the 2025 team. Jason Smith is fighting everyone in the comments saying that
Keep fighting,
that the
buddy.
2025 team tactically, which I think we would all agree.
Playing style is different.
And he makes a good point. He says this 2025 team could go toe-to-toe with anyone. They just haven't won the Champions League, which at the end of the day, when you win, you're the genius. When you win, everything changes all of a sudden. But you have to be able to do that to be put in that
The
category.
question is, would this team beat the 2010 team head to head? I don't think they would.
Nice. Come on, take the space.
Anyway, let's get this Inter side to, in the next 45
Why are you
minutes.
off?
He's offside.
Why are you
He's
off?
offside. In the next 45 minutes to get their job done against
Was it
Bayern
not?
Munich.
Maybe
Still 0-0, which, as Pete mentioned before, is still favorable for Inter. I'll put it down. Is favorable, but oh, you want more?
Yeah, I like that.
I'll make you more.
Yeah.
Still drinking it.
All right. This is a nice little
Here.
sip. That was good. Oh.
I have it ready for you.
Wow, look at this.
You see?
Okay.
What a
I
good.
didn't touch it.
Cheers.
Talk about
Cheers, Pete.
hospitality, right?
All right, Turam. Oh, here it is. Come on. This is the
Go
goal.
on,
This
Turam.
is the goal.
Go
This
on,
is the
Turam.
goal.
Penalty here.
No.
Penalty. Hey.
No.
Shoot
Take
the
the
ball,
shot,
man.
Turam.
Oh, shoot it. Good
Oh
tackle.
boy.
Shoot the ball.
Turam, that kills the game right there. That kills it.
He's got to at least put something.
Why is he cutting back?
Yeah,
He's trying
he's got
to
at
cut
least
back.
He didn't want it on his
Trick the
left.
guy.
He
You
didn't want
have
on his
to hit
left.
it.
Too much.
You have to hit it.
Let's go.
Wow, I guess a little lucky there.
Yeah, but-
very.
Right here.
What's that
Right here.
about?
Puts his
Boom.
body in
Right
front of
here.
him.
Nah,
It's not a
hard.
penalty.
It's hard to
It's
give.
not a
It's
penalty.
hard to give.
Won't give the penalty.
I've
No.
seen worse.
Everyone in the comments wants a penalty. I don't.
He won't give it. He won't give it.
I don't think that's a penalty. You can't.
Bayern are
That-
gonna be pushing a little bit
That's it.
more now. They feel the nerves. It's not gonna be the same as
gonna
the
start
first half,
opening
guys.
up.
I'll tell
Yeah.
you that. It's not
Yeah.
gonna be the same
Bayern's gonna
dilly
start
dallying
pushing
of the
now.
first half. It's gonna be much more pressure on Inter's defense. Di Marco's gonna have to defend this half.
The way this Inter side can be compact, though, the way that they could do everything is so impressive. When they attack with flair, they attack with creativity. But when they defend, they're all willing to suffer.
Bravo.
No changes from anyone. Coman is back on the bench for Bayern Munich. It's the one guy they got back from injury. He'll be able to come into a match.
Still high press, which is good to see.
Like you said, win that ball.
Come on,
Win
come
that
on.
ball. Vai.
Come on.
That's a great ball. That's a
come
great
on,
ball.
man.
Oh, Di Marco, great.
That's for better delivery.
We know Kim, a familiar face.
You know he's
like
made
we
the
haven't
most.
seen him
He's
forever.
made the most mistakes leading to goal for defenders in Europe.
I mean, he caught him a little bit, but he got the ball. He caught him a little bit.
When he was in that Napoli team, man, he did everything perfect every game.
It's kind of
That guy-
crazy.
That
huh?
guy didn't make a single mistake, man. He was
He really didn't.
boulder. It felt so long ago. Why do I feel like it was 10 years ago he was at Napoli?
A lot of things have changed. They've gone through so many rebuilds. The Spalletti team is so far away. Then they finished
my-
10th, and now
Dude, it feels
they're
like
back into
longer
a
than
title
2010
race.
Inter for some reason for me.
My
Wow, that was
another
sneaking
corner
in.
kick.
That was sneaking in.
Wow.
I thought it did.
Of
His
my-
left
You've been
foot.
talking to,
His left
uh,
foot.
See how Di Marco's involved in everything?
Have you talking to
He's such a
Rosario
clever-
about?
Yeah. We text.
Such a
We text
clever
after
player.
every single Napoli match.
Okay.
I've been big on Napoli. I really want Napoli to be able to win the title this year.
Damn,
It'll be
you guys
fun.
are close, huh? Just like Mike and Steve.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, I don't text him every day. That is close. He almost hit me with his
Not-
car the other day. yeah, ask him. Text him. Text him right now.
Wait.
I did not
Hold on.
expect that.
What? So I was on a bike and Rosario went through the light.
Oh,
Did he go through the light, or was it you?
say it
Text
out
him.
loud.
It's okay. It's
Yo,
okay.
check
Nothing
the
happened.
cameras, check the footage.
And then he beeped at me. We yelled and then we smiled.
Is that why you're limping?
I run into him all the time.
Yeah, you live like
We live right now. Yeah,
I was-
it's fine. It's fine. But I run into him all the time. But yeah, you almost hit me with the car the other day.
Did you realize it was him after, or like in between? Like when did you realize it was him?
He texted me after saying my bad.
Did he curse you?
But I don't know. Like that was a
My
str-
bad?
Yeah, that was a strange text to get.
What a-
That's
that's
like a
strange-
super Italian guy. So like my bad is like an odd. Like maybe he was like making
yeah.
it for me. Like he was like non-Italian.
Yeah.
He
Obviously.
said my bad, like you knocked your soda over. You almost ran
killed
over
me.
this
No, I
car.
was going across like on
My
the,
bad, like you didn't invite him for
Curse you
breakfast
in
or
Italian or
something.
English?
Unbelievable.
I don't know. He was in the car. I couldn't hear him.
Oh, you couldn't hear.
What was that?
Nah, it's all right.
He thought it was funny though.
I mean,
I
it's
mean,
pretty
I'm
funny.
sure.
Wait till he hears from your lawyer.
would be
Like, he was
okay.
laughing, right, Mike? Oh,
I guess for context for the chat, Rosario owns one of our favorite pizza restaurants or Italian restaurants.
Mamma mia.
If you're ever in New York City, Ribalta
Ribalta's
is
great.
highly recommended.
So
good vibe on Fridays. Oh no. Oh no.
That's it.
Oh boy, Harry Kane equalizes on aggregate.
Come on,
Oh, that's not
way
good.
too easy.
And it's way too early.
Way too
52nd
easy.
minute of the match. Did not
way
expect
too
that.
easy.
We're talking about how lethal Harry Kane is. Where
Yeah.
he's one of those players that can score in any time. And
Maybe a lot of
that's
praise
exactly
to
what he
DiMarco, but
did.
you gotta close that
Oh, boy.
down.
I think it's
Yeah, that's not good.
I think it's a nutmeg for the
Oh, boy.
through
Yeah, it
his
was.
legs.
It
Yeah.
was a
Close
Meg.
that down.
That's bad. That's why you got to score your chances.
Yep.
Oh boy.
That's why you got to score those chances.
Let's see what
Bottle
happened
of
here.
this. I like this drink.
You had it before, no, Mike? You
I don't
had
know.
it.
I'm just
Yeah,
trying
you
to think
did.
if I did.
You did. You definitely did.
I had it over here.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
For sure.
boy.
It seemed like it was
1-0.
Maybe your taste buds changed.
Tied on aggregate now.
not getting close enough. And
You're
Oh,
right.
my
Pete's
God,
right. That's not
cheap.
good enough.
Yeah,
That's
not
a
good.
cheap.
No,
way
that's
to
not good
concede a
enough.
I was
goal.
praising the
can't do
Monaco
that.
too.
Can't do that. Can't do that.
Oh boy.
Can't
Now
do
it's all back to being level.
That's not good.
that. Yep.
Now it's all back to being level. All right.
All right. But
We
it's,
always
early,
knew
it's
Inter-
early enough
Yeah.
for Inter to have a response.
We always knew that Inter had to score.
So
Yeah, that 2010 team was way better.
you wanted a foul. He's not going to give you the foul.
No.
What's the chat saying? What do we have going on?
Man, they had the chances too. Inter. You score that, you give them no hope.
You're right about the Napoli thing. As a Napoli fan, I want Inter going through. I think, in
Yeah,
a certain
it's
degree,
the
if
biggest
you're
game.
a fan of the Serie A, the farther teams
Why is
get
Mickey still
in
off the pitch?
Champions
They
League,
scored
it
the
looks
goal.
better
Let
for
him
the
on.
league.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Like just across the board, unless you're Anto.
They
Anto
scored
can't
the
have
goal.
that.
Yeah,
Let him
exactly.
on.
He can't find
Actually,
the rationale.
Let me text him, see if he can pull up. Does he know
And
that
he's gonna
we're
no,
over here?
he's gonna come after. I spoke to him.
Oh boy.
Duram, come on.
Come on.
Get the foul. Hey!
Shoot!
Oh, my God.
Gosh.
Come
He
on.
had someone on his back too. That was tough.
Come on. Nah, we have to just take these chances. We got to take these chances.
You're getting them.
That wasn't a good shot though. You can't hit it right at him. Target practice.
What were we saying about
The 2010 Inter.
I'll write a message in the group.
I'm going to send a picture, if that's okay with you guys. Sorry, Pete, you got cut out of that one.
No worries.
Here, actually, take one on your angle, and then you're in. All right. I felt bad about that. I wanted to do that.
How do I go like this?
That's fine. It's going to just to Anto.
I'm not even gonna look if it's just for him then.
Cheers, Pete.
Salute.
You can't have him here when Bayern's winning.
Yeah, Anto will be going mad
Nah,
right
it's
now.
not good. He's celebrating.
You know, I wouldn't mind Thomas Muller at Fiorentina. I didn't know that was the rumor mill.
It's a rumor.
Yeah, I'd like that actually.
Oh boy. I'm telling you, this is a tough game,
changes
man. This is a
everything.
tough game. Really difficult match.
I think this was inevitable that it wasn't going to be easy though. Like I feel like Champions League is like that. You always gonna have that little pressure to push
I
on.
don't think
Yeah,
anyone's gonna think.
I also
There's a lot of space.
I always expected Bayern to score a goal.
Come on, come on.
But I thought Inter would take the lead earlier.
I thought Inter would come out more stronger in
It's
attack.
okay. We're gonna score. This Bayern team is free over here. Come on. Come on.
Go,
Come on.
go. Come on, Thuram.
Sbaglia. Hey.
Oh my God.
that's not how they teach that.
Win the header.
No,
Win the
no,
header.
foul.
Man, I don't like that. Wow.
Ole.
Don't give them any
Who's that, Kimmich?
confidence. Don't give them
Nice
the
to know.
confidence.
Oh no.
Oh my God. Thank
Yeah,
God. Thank
all right.
God. Thank God.
There's like 3 dummies on that
Thank
play. Man. I
God.
don't know if you.
Thank
I
God.
don't like the way this is good. This is
Thank
That was-
God.
Sorry, it's
Way
getting a little
too
more
open.
tense in the room.
That right
Lise
back.
out wide, extra pass. The room. Terrible for Muller, actually.
We're gonna need more of
Leaning
those
back.
drinks.
No, I don't know if I do.
Loosen up a bit.
man from that angle. I thought he was gonna.
Yep.
They're conceding too many chances though. Di Marco.
That's it.
Late,
Thuram.
late.
Thuram.
What's Lee? Yep. Oh, I thought he got there.
Corner.
Let's go. Let's go.
I thought he was offside. I thought it was late on the pass.
No, he was on. He was on.
At what point you?
No, I'm saying Bayern. If you look, Inter every time they break, they're able to get, in the box. So I feel like Inter, they have good chances to score. We just have to score early enough to have some confidence. But come on, put a cross in. Corner. Let's go.
Did he go for a corner? No, it's thrown.
Oh, throwing.
Oh,
You think we'll see Arnautovic?
No, not yet. Not
Yeah,
yet.
it's too- it's
He's not
high.
taking out
Yeah.
Thuram and Lautaro.
unless they need him.
Not taking him out.
Back.
It's that corner. Let's go.
Inter's been much better from set pieces this year compared to previous seasons. I think they scored the most in Serie A from set pieces.
I mean, you got two great set piece takers, Watchalong and Di Marco. For anybody swinging the ball, those are the two.
Di Marco's taking it.
Oh!
Yes! Lautaro Martinez!
On cue, bro.
Come on.
Let's go, baby.
On cue.
Let's go, baby. Inter, respond. El Toro.
That was neat.
Oh, my God.
Rewatch that pass, though. The whippage on this cross.
Di Marco.
Crazy, man.
That was
Di
great. That
Marco.
was great.
I said you don't want to.
Let's go.
Between
That's
him
the
and
response.
Calcio,
That's the response.
The balls they put in
Top
the
five
box.
striker in the
Oh,
world.
the chat is going.
Top
You set that
five
up so
striker in
perfect.
the world.
You're like,
no.
top set pieces. Boom.
Guys.
I swear to you, Inter used to be really poor at set pieces. I remember the year that they went to the final. I thought that was one thing you needed to add to your team. This season, they've added that to their locker.
Oh, look at the delivery on that, man.
Bang!
If you guys
Come
don't
on.
think, if you guys don't think
Hold
Lautaro
on.
top five striker,
No, it
you
didn't
guys
touch
are
his. It
nuts.
didn't touch his hand.
This team is better than the 2010.
Much
What are you
better,
talking
much
about?
better. Top
Make
three
sure it didn't hit
striker.
his
Well done.
hand. Didn't hit his hand? No.
Oh, back
doesn't,
Oh,
right?
Kimmich. Wolf.
Gimmick messed that up. Made him
Kimmich,
meal out of
Kimmich.
that.
Como gato
It still comes down to that delivery, man. It's perfect.
I heard you, Uppy. The chat is on fire. The Inter fans happy. But that's the confidence in this team. That's the
big,
growth
big,
of this
big,
Inter.
big.
They understand that you're going to go through moments like this.
He wants
It's not
the
a handball, right?
No, I think no.
No, they played. Beautiful.
okay.
Beautiful.
Like, even if it was like his hand was in the right position. I think the handball rule is still really weird.
I think if for the
But it
goal
was-
scorer,
but it-
the goal scorer, if it hits his hand, it's they call it. They call it.
They have a lot of. They still have a lot of debates with the VAR on this. As long as, because in the rulings, like, where was the hand? You know, did it benefit?
Not on goals, though. It goes if it touches it at all.
Fair.
Look at this guy just jumps in his face.
That should be a foul.
Oh, it's okay.
Next yellow wouldn't be bad. Okay, 60th
So this
minute.
is pretty much in line with what
Yeah.
I thought. Look at
That's-
that.
No, it
That's
ain't.
great.
Come on, look how beautiful it is.
You're the only
These
guy I know that
fans.
likes rain like that. I don't know
Oh.
if the chat knows that. Like Marco, we used to play football together a lot, but now we're all having knee injuries, so we haven't been playing as much recently. But I never met anyone more excited to play in the rain. Like, I'm always disappointed. It's like wet, rainy, and you're like, this is what I live for. This is the grit that I'm talking
come on.
about. This is what dreams are made of.
I'll explain why.
Okay.
I was
I
not-
feel like there has to be a story.
I'm not the most talented player. I was never the most talented player.
Come on.
I had to make up for it
Come on, Lautaro.
in my work ethic. And usually, there it is. Damian finish. So,
He saved it,
He got
Dyer.
saved on the line.
wow,
That would have
wow,
killed
wow,
it.
That was a
wow.
bullet.
That would have killed it.
Wow,
That was a
Damian.
bullet.
Off the line.
Run
This
that
is the
back.
Inter, though. This is the way you got to play. Bravo.
Oh my God. Pozzalo for our Mr. Producer.
No
Pozzalo
way.
Interista, yeah.
You see it?
Yeah, it says.
I don't-
All right. Another set piece. Can they do it
By
again?
the way, this looks better. Way better.
So much better.
Yeah.
Like, you
So
guys
much
are
better.
attacking with a little more.
It woke them
They
up.
needed the goal to. There it is.
Let's go.
The ex-Bayern.
I said Pavard for the first one.
Celebrated.
You got him in a second. Oh, boy.
Cozy.
What a header.
Wow, that
What a
goal-
header.
That
That's what
goal
I'm
they
talking-
conceded woke them
Yeah,
up.
it's like they needed to just.
Wow.
You okay
Be
now?
They need to loosen up a little
Yeah,
bit. They're playing too
exactly.
tight.
Oh,
Loosen
get the
up.
Amaro.
Hey, come on,
Two
baby.
goals in 2 minutes.
Wow.
man.
The Napoli fans in the chat are celebrating more than the Inter fans.
Crazy. I didn't expect that.
Okay.
My hand
Okay.
Look, delivery's perfect.
Bang. They should have scored before anyway. Wow. Another set piece goal.
Look at that. He's so free about this guy.
That's how they
Yeah,
teach you.
God.
That's how they
You
teach
gotta-
it, man.
you gotta-
Pavard.
I think it's his first goal with Inter. No?
Good time to have it. If that's
As
Maybe I'm
a
mistaken.
Napoli supporter, I absolutely love Inter right now. Oh boy. Okay.
And
And this Real Madrid Arsenal game is still 0-0, huh? Wow.
Strange, huh?
Would not.
Again, you talk about the value of having though a left footer and a right footer that are like exceptional from a set piece perspective. I mean, these are as good as you could have delivered.
Yeah, P, you're right. First goal for Inter.
Ludovico texted me. Arnautovic in. Ludovico's our resident Napoli fan. Oh boy, song
come
is
on,
great.
third. Let's go, baby.
Oh shoot, it's 4-2 on aggregate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This not done, but you know it's getting there.
Ole.
By one?
Okay.
Bayern.
Yeah.
You thought it was a one goal.
Wait.
Go! They were winning by one already.
Whoa!
They're
Why did I
winning by
think that it
one.
was? I thought it was 3-2.
That's what I'm
2-1.
saying. They got some extracurricular, brother.
Holy shit,
Brother.
Okay, brother.
Hulk Hogan over here.
Yeah. Listen here, brother.
Tell
Sorry,
Enrico.
you gave me 2 drinks, so now
I'm buying drinks tonight. I'm at still early.
Steve,
Still
it's on
early.
Steve.
Still early. Still early.
Brother.
That slipped out. You know, you get a little too excited.
Nah,
The
it's
brothers
funny. I
start
like
like
that.
flying.
I heard about
nice
it in a
comment
while.
from Maximus. Joking aside, I'm tired of the disrespect Serie A gets. Inter proves them all wrong every single time. Antonio Conte is running up and down the hallways right now.
But this is what Conte couldn't do at Inter. Listen, Euro.
He built this squad, though.
Yeah, I know.
You're right. Pavard's first goal. Wow, Mike.
But this is what he couldn't do in Europe. He can never prove.
It takes
Inzaghi
time,
involves so
Mo.
much as a coach.
It
man.
takes
It's
time.
insane.
I
Well,
think it
yeah,
takes
if you
time.
don't leave after one
He
season,
built the
of course.
foundation. He did 2 years. I think without Conte, the team wouldn't have got here.
Yeah, that's fair. But I'm just saying in general, his career.
Inzaghi's taking them to a new
He was
level.
never in.
He's made them evolve
Boy.
as a team. And I think Inzaghi said something. I would love your reaction to this because you didn't get to speak on it. We didn't have you on the podcast. Inzaghi said something, and maybe even you don't realize, or a lot of people don't realize, how little Inter spend compared to the rest of the teams that are competing for a Champions League spot. I looked at the stats. I think it's almost triple what Bayern spend on their salaries compared to Inter. For example, I think Bayern spent also 750 million to build the squad on transfer fees. Inter spent 355 million. So there's a huge gap. And Inzaghi said in his press conference, the fact that we are in all 3 of these competitions is like a trophy for us because we've done it in a way that most of the big teams have had to spend a lot more than us. People called him a crybaby. They say, Limone Inzaghi.
What a move.
Which means that he's sour. But he's absolutely right. The fact that he's built this team with how many of these guys are free transfers? I mean, Thuram is a free transfer. Mkhitaryan, Hakan.
We've also got to the point where money just doesn't even seem relative in football anymore. People just spend. Back in the day, we used to talk about every transfer meant so much. This guy spent this. This is a big portion of their budget. And now some of the top teams, I feel like they don't have a budget if the player is the right player. So it's, you know, to your point, I think there's a lot of credit, almost like an old school way to a certain degree, like actually picking out your talent. And also a few of the guys on Inter, like you talked about with Calhanoglu, or you talk about with who else am I missing? Mkhitaryan, yeah. Both of those guys were kind of ridden off.
Yeah, they were.
Before coming to the club.
Acerbi, Darmian.
Yeah, like but they weren't. They weren't like, people weren't thinking this would be a team that could challenge deep into a Champions League. These are not players that are going to challenge to win the Serie A and the battle for that. So I think they've really revamped and also proven a lot of people wrong. And I think a lot of that comes down to coaching as well, because confidence goes a long way. We've all played the sport. Some more than others, but we've all played the.
Why'd you look at
Steve? I don't know. Greek Mike didn't give me a confidence. He didn't look over here. So
Watch the game, man. Watch it.
With I lost my train the whole way there. All right, I lost where I was gonna go. Sorry, my apologies, Jeff.
Have another model.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. No. You're listen. You're right. It's Inter has had to be built like an old school team because the revenues that Italian teams bring in is much less than the revenues of a lot of these squads. That's a problem in and of itself. But the way that they've been able to build a roster to compete in all these different competitions is
we also had financial
remarkable.
fair play restrictions that other teams don't respect, and Inter are limited in what they have to be able to do. Then
It sounds like a press
obviously,
conference.
but then also we had don't forget an ownership change that changed things, and obviously our books still need a lot of work. So that's why going far in these competitions help bring in money, can give us opportunities to buy players. But even Acerbi, for example, who is a leader on this Inter team, I remember when he first got signed, all the Inter fans were upset. Like, what the hell? How are we signing this player? He's not an Inter level player. Meanwhile, the guy is probably one of the best at man marking compared to what there is nowadays.
It's true. And it shows you that the system is bigger than the individual. There's a lot of these teams. Even you look at the failed PSG project of the past where they got all these superstar players and it looks good. It'll work in a video game. It might work, but it doesn't work when you have to mix personalities. And that understanding of the unit is more important than anyone else. Inter also made a big decision when they got rid of Icardi back then. When Icardi was the superstar of the team, they said, all right, you're a problem in the locker room. Get out of here. It doesn't matter. We'll take somebody who works for the team more. So,
He's
my
on.
God.
Go, Mickey. Take it.
Come on for the Armenian club in the comments.
He's slow. He's too slow.
He's still with
Pass,
us.
You got it. You got it.
Die.
One more would have been nice.
I think that's a good point you make with the team aspect.
Nice. Nothing.
Don't get a yellow.
Oh, come on.
I think a lot of that gets forgotten now too because people come in and out. You can just transfer, you can buy, you can sell, whatever it might be. But the way that people play collectively and how they work for each other is really important from a tactical perspective. I also always look at it like you almost have to have a leader in each portion of the pitch. You want like someone that's leading your back line.
Also, Mike, when you look at Inter, Marotta is the guy that
He's top.
knows what he's doing and how to build a roster. As you said, tactically on the field, everybody needs to know their job and know their role. But it's off the field that matters the most. I mean, we see a lot of teams, if you have a problem in the locker room, it's going to reflect on the field. So you need a unit that works well. And obviously there's different egos, different characters that you have to deal with. But Marotta's big thing was he wanted an Italian core, right? And so it's not so much that
He's offside.
you know, it's because obviously Lautaro, Thuram, these guys are not Italian, but the Italian core understand the values of this team, what it means to play for Inter, right? Bastoni, Di Marco, these guys are,
Barella.
Di Marco's an Inter fan, Barella's an Inter fan.
And they grew
so
up.
like that, like for them, Inter is the maximum. They're not going to look to go sign for Real Madrid. They want to play for this team. So that's the beauty of that. Then you have someone like Lautaro who, you know, as a captain, a leader, he's definitely one of the most skillful players on the team, but he also is ready to work hard. If he has to run, he's going to outrun the next player on that field. So that gives you an energy that, you know, all these guys know that they got to work for each other.
To that point, I was told a story about one of those guys, keep it anonymous, that had an offer from a top English team playing Champions League, offered big money, and they said, I play at Inter. I'm at the top. What are you talking about that I have to go somewhere else? Because to Peter's point, they grew up in this environment. And that's, again, a thing that you can't calculate in the stats. You're not going to see kilometers run. You're not going to see goals. You're not going to see assists. But when you build a squad, it's one of the most important things that you could have.
And it sounds like it tracks back to what we talked about earlier. You talked about like Real Madrid's like blind belief. I think some of that's on the pitch as well, where for a lot of the players, their dream was to play for Real Madrid. Sure. So once you get there, this is like me completing it if I can succeed here. But I have to succeed because this club has already succeeded so much. So that I think that gives you like an added booster. Like I can't let this go. I've got to chase this back, etc. It's a really good point you bring up though, Peter. If you grew up, I mean, none of us had this opportunity, obviously, but if I had a chance to represent
Arsenal just scored. Sorry.
Okay, that's
over.
done.
Wow.
Ancelotti sacked. Ancelotti's gone. Ancelotti to Roma. That's it. Let it begin.
Wow.
It's officially over. Also, funny comment here. Giuseppe says, at Inter, Argentinians are honorary Italians.
That's right. That's right.
Sorry. What were you saying? Oh, you want to tweet? Go. Go do your thing. Go do your thing. Go do your thing. We'll talk in the meantime.
All right. I think we were tracking back to the point that Peter was making about how a lot of Italian players grew up with this being the pinnacle. And then I brought up kind of a counterpoint. The same thing happens with Real Madrid for some of these guys, that was the pinnacle of their career. But you just play a little bit harder. You do things a little bit different. And once you've reached there, you kind of want to stay there as long as possible.
Exactly.
That's like in my mindset. I'm saying that none of us had the chance, but like if I could have represented the U.S., for example, not on the gaming side, but on the actual pitch side, that's a big accomplishment.
Of course.
That's a huge thing. Is I want that as long as possible. So when I put in those hours,
And I don't think it's a matter of playing hard or not playing hard. It's just more so that you're where you want to be, and Inter is the maximum. So there's no need to build a roster and then have to let the player go, you know, or because he wants out or there's another issue that comes up. So that's part of building this roster and understanding, you know, a lot of the intangibles in what comes to, having a team win, right? The locker room is so important. If it's toxic, it's going to reflect on that field.
100%.
We just see. You look at Roma. The first 10 games, you're like, what the hell is going on? This team cannot be so bad. And I think, the sacking of De Rossi maybe wasn't merited, but you see Ranieri come in and what he's able to do just by changing that environment.
Crazy.
Real Madrid scored. Vinicius.
Unbelievable.
Come back.
Come back is alive.
More goals.
Come back is alive.
That was the quickest-
I don't
Did
know.
you tweet? Did you tweet?
I didn't get to it yet.
Oh, good. You didn't need to.
That was the quickest.
Yes, we can. Look at
shift
this
in
shit.
that between the fans. They
Yeah,
showed,
yeah.
They showed like the first reaction to, of course,
Oh,
Real
someone
Madrid
messed up
conceding.
big.
Oh, it is a big mistake. And then obviously Vinny scoring, but the fans were like night and day difference.
Oh, what a
Yeah, they were crying, right?
How
And
did
now
you see Vinny coming?
is that was it Saliba?
That was really bad.
Wow.
He had his
Terrible
back.
out of the
What
back.
was
We
that?
have
That was
a-
horrible.
We have a comment that says, Marco, would you want Ancelotti at Juventus? Ancelotti's leaving Real Madrid. Even if Ancelotti wins the Champions League, they're destined to go apart. So I don't think it's just going to be this game, but it will be definitive if he doesn't win this game. For me, I don't think Ancelotti would fit what Juventus needs right now. I think that his
He wouldn't go.
story should be at Roma next. Totti gave a good interview this week where he said, Ancelotti always said he's going to come back. He understands Roma to this exact point. He played for Roma. He knows how Roma is different than any other place in Italy, the way that the fans live the game. They're a team that hasn't won a lot. They've won 3 Scudetti in their career, but the fans hold themselves to such a high expectation. So it's not an easy place to succeed for that reason, because you always have to speak to the fan base. So I want to see Ancelotti go to Roma. I think that would be the move. Totti said it as well. He said, and if you can't get Ancelotti, then you go for De Zerbi. What does everyone think?
I mean, I saw Ancelotti in Everton, and
I mean,
think
that was a
it's-
rough time for us.
No, I get it, but
Oh, this is good context, yeah.
it is, even with Napoli, I
I
think
can't believe
he
we
did
got him.
well
by the way,
enough.
Side
but-
note, I didn't. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ancelotti's not a team.
I couldn't believe that signing.
go
Yeah,
on,
go
go on,
ahead. Yeah, Pete.
No, but I'm just saying, like, he does well with with the top players, and I think he's a great coach. I just think the Roma, maybe I'm not giving him a fair shot, but Roma, that environment is tough. So like,
But he gets it to the exact point that we've been saying about all these players on Inter.
Yeah,
He's somebody that, I mean,
come on,
don't
Step.
concede.
Oh,
Thank God.
wow.
Thank God. Thank God.
Lisa with a missed shot.
At least I should have taken that on his right.
Yeah.
The Ancelotti to Everton move was like out of the blue. We were really happy.
Oh, yeah,
about
give us
that.
context.
I think most Everton fans like completely supported it. I don't think that he was in the realm of managers that we thought we could sign. We were spending a lot of money, but we weren't
for
really
sure.
spending it that well. He came in through that period. That was kind of the James period as well.
Alan came in there.
Yeah. We've struggled a lot recently, even post that period. Right now is actually the best we've probably been in the last few years, with the Moyes move in. But
Where did it go wrong with Ancelotti at Everton?
I don't think he was able.
Oh,
no.
come on.
Oh, no.
Not Jamis.
Oh, no.
Bayern
gotta
score.
suffer.
They're
Stupid
one
goal.
goal.
I got to suffer.
One goal
Stupid
difference.
goal.
15 minutes
Yeah,
left.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
plenty of time. Oh no.
Kind of against the run of play.
Stupid goal.
Yeah, completely.
But no, Pete, I agree with you
Way
in
too
that
easy.
sense. I think Ancelotti needs a superstars, a super team. I don't think he would fit Roma. I think that Zerbi would be a much better fit.
What
for
an
what
angle!
Roma
How the
are
hell
building.
did he score that?
That was tough.
Are you kidding me? How the hell did he?
He was
score
going.
that?
He wasn't
That's
going
a
for
hell of a.
pass,
I think he was
right?
trying to
Was
put it
going
back
for
across.
goal?
Yeah, he was putting
I
it
think he was putting it back
across.
across.
Damn.
Yeah, for sure he's not
Yeah,
scoring
yeah,
that. That's
something
the,
there.
it just
cheap.
ends
That's
up going
a
in.
cheap way to concede a goal.
What a goal!
that's not
though.
That's not an Inter goal to concede.
And who was marking him?
There should
I
be
think it was Bastoni.
Yeah.
There's got to be a person on each post all the times, man. It would save so many goals.
All right. Now back to suffering.
That's a foul.
Forget about the fun conversations
Yellow
that we're
card.
having.
Yeah, we were loosened
Back
up.
to the
we're too
bottom.
loose.
Tighten back
to the
up.
No.
bottom.
We're too loose.
We're horsing around too much.
We did what Inter did.
It
We
was
sat
our-
back.
It was our fault or
This is
superstition.
one
We
of
should have
our
been
fault.
negative.
Damn.
Ooh, Lautaro got
At least if
a
it came
boo-boo.
in the 80th, it would feel better.
Maybe in hypothetically good news in this game, though, I don't think there'd be a lot of extra time. We haven't had many stops.
Yep. Cross it.
I would like to see Arnautovic come into this match.
Pe-
He should have fell.
Rip it,
Should have
rip
fell.
it.
Shoot the freaking ball,
What are
man.
you doing?
Should have fell.
Foul. Hey.
Oh, I thought he was gonna get on the end of it.
Easy.
Listen.
Madon. Get back over there. Nice and easy. Don't even pick up that ball. Don't pick it up.
I spoke to.
Wait.
I spoke to him. No.
Wait. That's it. Wait.
I spoke to Marco Materazzi before the game, and he said this is the toughest game they need to have to play. It's this one right here, and I agree with that. Before he said it, that's how I felt. This is a game to suffer. So
We're suffering.
it's not. It was never going to be easy. It was never going to be an easy match. And I think if Inter could get through this, if they could get through this game, I feel really good about them.
I think it's a tougher game than the Barcelona.
This is their toughest game for me.
Didn't y'all go to dinner together? Mm-hmm. How was that?
Crazy,
Yeah, I bet.
crazy.
But like people here, do they know or don't know?
Yeah. We said it on. We did a podcast with him,
That I'm aware.
and I think we said it on the pod. Yeah, because he didn't like the idea of New York style pizza, and then we brought it to him. We brought him Lindistry.
Lindistry's
And
good.
Now he's obsessed with it. He goes every time he's in New York.
Dude, their olive oil gelato is...
Yeah, Lindistry's good.
Come on. Non ci credo. Get up. Nothing.
Oh,
No,
wow.
no.
I thought he was going to call that.
Somebody said, "Did he say something about your sister?"
Oh, shit. That's funny.
Don't look at me.
That's funny.
I didn't do anything to rile him up.
Oh, my.
Do you tell him that you're a Juventus fan?
Yeah, he knows. I told him
Marco's on his best behavior.
Oh,
Get the foul.
he knows. But I told him that I want Napoli to win the league. I said I want Inter to win.
Come on.
Champions
Come on.
League.
Get the freaking ball.
He let it bounce.
That bounce.
Let it
You
bounce.
can't let that happen, bro.
Stop that
that
ball.
I will put Arnautovic in. I've been feeling
Marcus
it for
had
a
a couple
while.
of those that just a little sloppy.
I've been feeling it for a while. He's got to come in.
Yeah.
Arnautovic is hot right
Be
now.
able to hold up the ball a little
Yeah,
bit.
but
exactly.
I think
Exactly.
he's a little more
Dynamic
technical.
enough. Yeah.
And,
Yep.
But I think
and neither of them are
Lautaro
moving that
looks
fast.
the
tired.
ball looked tired, man.
They
Oh,
both-
they're
both look
dead.
lost,
Man.
Because they were dropping back.
Oh
a lot.
boy.
Look at Lautaro, but you see how he freaking walks right in back into position. He's tired,
Come
but
on. Come on, guys.
he's moving.
You got to suffer.
It's unlike what's his name? Inzaghi. He only made one sub
Yeah, we're surprised.
in the 79th minute.
Yeah, you're right.
But this is the reality. In these games, you need your guys to be playing, and it's hard to make
To the last minute.
5 subs. I mean,
Yeah.
to your point, Mike, you were asking about the 3 subs, 5 subs. I think the 5 subs, it's so easy to
Oh
Because you
no.
have so
to
many,
confuse
right?
the game.
Oh, no.
Because of all the
'Cause you have
new
Napoli.
players that
Vai
come in.
fuori,
And you
vai
have
But
fuori.
they're not into the game yet.
Yeah, it makes
When you
sense.
make that one sub at a time,
You got to get their feet wet,
it's
right?
only one player getting in. When you go in with 3 subs, all of a sudden it changes
changes the
dynamic. So like
dynamics, yeah.
when you want to change a game, you put on the 3 guys. It's like adding a new life to this team. So it's changed. It's changed the dynamics of the 90 over the 90 minutes.
It also
sure.
shifts the value of the player.
Taremi is-
So he doesn't go with Arnautovic. He goes with Taremi.
No.
Does that make
Surprise.
sense?
Yeah, how does that make sense? I don't get it. Arnautovic is, you got to play the guy who's scoring goals right now.
Oh,
Oh, well, he's dead.
He's dead. He's dead.
yeah.
Good game.
Shout out Toronto. I see Toronto in the chat. Art says Inter are way more calm and confident and high pressing than in a low block.
Did you see they shot to the guy smoking?
In Italy, there's
That's
signs
Italy.
everywhere
That's Italy.
saying you can't smoke, and then everyone's still smoking in the rain.
Well, what's funny is it's raining. I was like, "There's nothing coming out. He's got it in his mouth."
It's suggestive.
It's like Saudi. You know, you have
Remember that Sadi? He couldn't smoke on the sideline, so he used to just like chew on.
on the
That's
butt.
what that
Just
guy
have
was
a
doing
cigarette
for
butt.
sure. Like the cigarette was limp in his mouth. Like it ain't gonna work.
Come on, come on, come on.
Oh, what I was saying with the 5 subs is that it also shifts the way that you sign players.
Yeah.
Because you have more usage rate to just shift games. Maybe someone that doesn't do things that you'd want in a 90 like setup,
You get a stronger bench.
but they'd still have value as like maybe just a super sub. Like you can make a whole career
Yep.
on coming off the
It's
bench.
like the
and
fifth
shifting
man in
games.
basketball, the sixth
Sixth
man in
man.
basketball. I don't know why I said fifth, but yeah.
If you go basketball comparison, let's say like maybe a sharpshooter or something. He's very specific,
There we
but
go. You bring him for a couple threes, and then you sit.
And
him
then
back
he-
down.
yeah,
You change
correct.
the dynamics
Yep.
of the game.
Oh, they could sit back down though in basketball. Like they sub in and
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
They can
Subbing
sub-
out, subbing
they can
out.
sub
I mean,
as
you
much.
really don't know anything about
yeah,
that.
I was surprised by that comment. I'll just let it go.
Basketball's too soft.
Madonna.
Basketball's too soft for me.
Not back in the 80s.
None of us were there for
The
the
90s.
80s.
The 90s. Even early 2000s. Come on. Different style of
Everything.
game.
Same thing in football, though, P.
But this
I
one's
think
way too soft. That sport.
their approach in
Oh,
sports in general,
shoot.
like more goals is better, or more opportunities, more scoring is better. But it's not always the case. People still appreciate.
I agree.
Like
Good.
The Detroit
defensive
Pistons back in the
plays.
day.
I'm guessing Marco doesn't, but I don't know if you guys watch college basketball at all. Like if you watch March Madness,
yeah.
they play defense like the whole time, all the time. All the teams play as hard as they can because this might be it.
Yep.
But that's different. They have an incentive to go to get drafted.
Well, it's likely that most of those guys
listen.
won't get drafted. So this is it.
Dude, I think it's
There's-
under 1%
there's a
of
certain
people
listen
get drafted.
in any sport. There's a certain level of skill when it comes to defending, right? But really, what it comes down to is: are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to do the extra work? And it's a mentality thing when you defend. It's not when you're the offensive play in football. You either have the skill or you don't.
You're right.
You either see the pass or you don't.
So this is
You're right. There's effort.
This is next level from the Napoli fans. There's a Napoli fan here, Maximus. Part of me wants this to go into extra time
And Inter-
because Inter's going to play Bologna next, and they're going to be even more tired. Listen,
Oh, no.
Maximus, let's just let Inter get the win. That's more important.
I respect.
these guys
I
are
respect
funny,
that
man.
level of sporting. I respect that.
Cosmic
Bologna
said,
gonna give them some trouble.
Cosmic said, Marco's Juve fan, who do you think should be the next coach, and thoughts on Tudor and Tonali? I don't know about the Tonali rumors. I don't know how Juventus are going to be able
I don't
to
think it's
make a move for Tonali. I think that he would fit exactly what we were talking about a little bit before on what's missing in the team. So if they can get him, it would be a massive signing. He's actually one that I think you could build a foundation with. And so far, I really like Tudor. And I think that kind of like what we were saying before, you want this glamorous guy, you want this superstar name.
Come
but
on.
Tudor is providing results, and I don't
Foul
think
him.
that you have to
Foul
go
him.
out and look very far as long as Juventus finish in the top four, especially because there might not be that many names out there.
Nothing.
Well done.
Get up.
Well done, Bastoni.
Calma.
Yeah, Tonali's not gonna happen. I wouldn't bet on that. But Tudor's doing.
Get that ball, Taremi. Hey,
Tudor's
just got
doing
in.
well.
Move.
You know what? You know
Wait,
what you
that
said
works. That
before?
works.
Come
You know
on,
what you said
Turan,
before about
Mignotta.
certain coaches like Pirlo or whoever that they get plopped into these positions. Tudor is like the opposite of that. He's a former player who won with Juventus, yet somehow he's so overlooked.
Gattuso's another one. He was in second division Italy. He hopped around in Europe.
I almost look
still
at
think he's a
like
good coach.
Coaching is a tough profession.
I was gonna say coaching to me feels very political in terms of people set you up for where they think you could be, where they think you're gonna succeed. Some people get different routes, easier routes, harder routes, etc.
Yeah, you gotta get a little lucky. You gotta have.
Definitely.
I forgot who said it. I don't know if it was Gattuso because I'm bringing it up, but he was like, "It's much harder to be a coach." When I was a player, I just went for the training session, the games, and then I clocked
I think
out.
they all said it, yeah.
That's the
But for a
reality.
coach, you got to be there the whole time. You're responsible for everything. And I was like, if you it's true though if you think about
cool.
that. You know?
No.
God.
The player himself, after the game, that's it. Like you say,
Yeah,
shuts
you're
off.
done.
The coach, you're thinking about it 24/7.
It's true.
You
You're
have
more at risk, more
Decisions to
responsibility.
make. You have a lot of things to think, and you don't have no control. Meaning, you're not the one playing. You're not the one on the field.
And you're usually the scapegoat at the end of it.
Of
If
course.
if things go south.
Oh, you can't sack.
I got a
20
pit in my
players.
stomach.
All right, keep it there.
I don't know why. I got a weird feeling.
Okay, let's not spread that negative energy.
got a weird
around
feeling.
here. Drink some Amaro.
Maybe it was the tacos you ate earlier.
I didn't have tacos. I haven't eaten anything all day. Maybe it's why.
I go for some
Are we
Moroccan
going for dinner tonight?
breakfast right now.
I'm starving. I had one of those bars. Just
Alessandro
Well,
wants
I'm-
to come for.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting
wants
to
see you.
celebrate with
He wants
you.
to see you.
Good.
He misses you. Shout out to Alessandro. He's watching.
Fratesi coming in. Bravo, Fratesi. I love this move. And Bisek.
I'm
Now the
ready
subs
to
are coming.
celebrate with you post game.
Of course.
Easy, guys. Easy.
Of course. No, be sick.
Fratesi's another one. Did you see when he scored? He scored the winner against Bayern. And
And Bastoni's got to go
he had
out.
just found out that his grandmother passed away. And then he scored the goal and he dedicated it to her. And he said she was pulling the strings from above. But he's another one who's so overlooked in the roster. Every time he comes in, the guy does
Arsenal.
his job. Arsenal what?
No, nothing. He missed the shot.
He does his job. He comes in with great intensity. He's perfect for moments like these. He's one that doesn't get enough time on this Inter side because of how good the roster is. But
Bastoni
he's one that deserves it. Actually, Totti said that Fratesi is he said he might be the most underrated player there, and that Roma should do everything to sign Fratesi come the summer.
Did you know that like Bisek is kind of famous in FIFA? Have you seen this?
No.
Like, yeah, he had like an item last
That's
year.
why everyone loves him.
Yeah, he's pretty famous like in FIFA because he's huge.
Yeah,
and he
he's
put out like
fast.
a really fast. Yeah, and he's super physical. So like you have all the characteristics for a talented, like I guess, virtual player.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have him in your team?
No.
Yours.
We've got a lot of upgrades.
I forgot
We've got a lot of upgrades.
Mike's got a lot of skill.
Maybe for
They're not even saying it. This is Champions League. Win this header, Augusto.
Oh,
There can't be much extra time, right?
That's what I was
There can't be
saying.
much.
3 minutes.
No,
max.
they're gonna give.
They're gonna give more. Yeah, at least.
Really?
Yeah.
What stoppages have there been?
They're
Can
gonna
we
give-
bet it?
they're gonna
Can we
give-
bet
Gonna
it?
give more.
What do you want to bet?
Tenner. You take 4. I'll take 3.
Who?
Tenner.
I don't know what tenor is. Oh, let me shake it
$10.
right
You
here.
shook.
Oh, tenor.
Handball.
You want in on this, Mike? Marco? Quickly.
I believe you, Mike.
I don't
You want to take a minute?
I don't know what you guys
Take a minute. $10.
What do you think? How many minutes?
I said 3.
Oh, I like 3. I like 3.
Mike, would you like
I say 4.
2 or 5?
You say 4?
Yeah.
No, you can't take the same. You got to take a 2.
Well, he just said 3 too.
That was my thing.
Well, he didn't take the bet. He
Oh,
just
he
said
didn't
what
take
he
the bet.
thought.
Mike's not gonna take the bet.
Yeah, that's true.
I said 4 prior.
I'm already 4.
Steve thinks 4 also.
Oh boy.
Steve, scoop
Win
it.
that header.
Oh,
Come on, Taremi. Come on, Taremi.
Hey, Taremi, man.
Come on, Taremi. I want you to run like.
clear it. Okay, good.
Get a foul.
Che
Something.
sofferenza.
Come on.
You gotta get
Taremi.
that ball, Taremi.
Porca mignon.
Not out.
Good.
Well
there
done.
we go,
Come.
there-
Oh no,
What
Mickey.
kind of touch was that,
Mickey.
bro?
Come on, Taremi. Mickey Taremi. Come on. Porca mignon.
When are we gonna come back to Toronto? It's a good question. When are you? Do you have
Actually,
any-
I'm going at the end of this month. If you'd
Are
like
you?
to come.
I don't,
Yeah.
like a week ago, it snowed, so maybe
That's true, too.
Maybe a little bit when it warms up.
No, it's starting to
too.
do that now. We're coming in the spring.
It did recently snow. Didn't it snow last
it
week?
snowed like last week. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. It's insane.
The weather here has been terrible too.
Hey, we've been up and down.
I
Like
know, but
yesterday
snow's
was
different.
warm. The
But
day
snow's
before that.
different. Snow's different.
pretty bad. Everyone in the comments is scared about Bastoni being subbed off, Pete.
Yep.
Yeah.
You remember how many times?
We'll hold up.
Oh boy, 89th minute.
If we could get a foul, killed like 30 to 40 seconds.
Watch out. Watch out. Just contain. Just contain.
That's
just
it.
Don't foul. Don't foul them.
Ah, there you can foul him.
No, you can't. Oh, good, good.
Va bene.
I
Come
don't
on,
like
come
the
on.
clearance.
Vai, Turam.
Go,
Vai.
run,
Put your
run,
body.
run.
Oh, me.
Keep going.
How crazy is time? Sometimes time passes so fast, and other times
Of course.
10 seconds just felt like 10 minutes to me.
You're not a dude.
For real. Oh, my God.
The company's hat just fell
Yeah,
off.
we said, well, I
Don't let him shoot. Oh no,
God.
those balls.
That's a foul.
It's a foul.
Hey.
Yo.
Out,
that.
out, 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 out. What the fuck you doing?
6 minutes.
6 minutes.
How you get 6 from that?
Hold up, hold
Nah,
up, hold
it's
up, hold up,
bullshit.
hold up, hold up, hold up.
Bro.
The Champions League, they always.
Hey, 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 hey.
Oh,
My God.
Don't
Wake up.
what a noggin on
How do you
company.
get 6 in that?
Son,
So I won.
Summer
'cause
scared
I'm
me.
close to the 6.
Summer scared me.
Yeah, yo, P, we get a 10, at least a 5.
Oh no.
Come on, guys. Come
How
on.
the
You're going to go like
hell
that.
did they get 6 minutes?
Chadby's yelling at someone like, yo.
Oh, Seferin is there.
Oh, Disier was there.
But where is this 6 minutes coming from?
There's
From the goals?
There were no stoppages.
Very few.
We didn't have any big
Injuries.
fouls. Nothing. No.
No VAR check.
There's a few corners.
Scored the corners.
Oh, boy. Yeah, celebration.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, but
celebration.
it can't be 6.
Why not?
Shouldn't be 6.
There was 4 goals, right?
Bayern might have a fix.
Was there 4 goals in the second half?
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Dude, how much to celebrate? At least a minute? At least a minute and a half for each goal.
So you got
that
4
makes
minutes.
sense. A minute and a half for each. Let's be honest. That
Go
makes
out.
sense.
Go out. Go out. Porca mignota.
I've seen that clear.
Hold that ball. Hold that ball.
Oh, I was saying I like the rain because it levels the playing field a little bit. Like if you're more talented, it just makes it a little bit closer. So that's why I preferred it.
Yo, too
These
many
overlapping
holes.
runs, man. These overlapping runs.
Boy.
This guy Narvi's come in. And,
Yeah.
Two
Yeah.
chances.
Yep.
was he injured?
Serge has been
injured?
active.
Oh boy. Corner kick.
Serge has been surging.
Oh.
Shut up.
Yeah, shut up.
Commentators.
40.
Commentators. Yo, that's a foul.
It's a foul.
They're not giving
fucking
nothing.
ref.
They're not giving nothing. They're not giving anything. No shot. Let him go back. Go back. I don't like the way Taremi's come into this game.
God.
I don't like the way Taremi's come into this game.
What is Taremi gonna do?
Come on.
What is Taremi gonna do?
They got a press there. 2.5
guy,
minutes
man.
gone.
Minga.
Oh, get that good.
Bravo.
Easy. Get back.
Oh my gosh.
Get back.
I'm gonna throw up.
Porca migno.
Get
I'm
You
gonna
got-
throw up.
Good.
Settle. Too many gaps in that defense right there.
Too many overlaps there.
This is Champions League. This is what we ask for.
Oh no.
Watch
Step
back
two,
post.
step
Back
two,
post.
double.
Across.
Oh,
That's
that's a
nudge.
yellow.
I'm nudge.
Halfway there.
Or maybe it kills 30 seconds. Yeah,
If he didn't get it,
that's what I'm worried about with Inter. The speed. The speed. We don't have it.
yeah, they can't
On
deal
the
with
wing.
those situations.
Especially Donovan.
And in other news, GG's to Arsenal. That's done.
It's over.
87th minute,
Yeah.
4-1.
How crazy would a
Wow, I
3-minute
can't-
comeback?
I didn't expect a 1-1.
It's like,
I would have thought at least 2-0.
yeah, right.
This could be historic if Arsenal's able to like really,
choke?
really make this happen.
Oh, you're saying the
No,
whole
I'm saying like long term. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
Top of the box. Oh my God, the goalkeeper's up too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Would be
There's still
good.
some time. I'm surprised.
Oh man. Look at Narbury.
40.
Look at Narbury.
Yo, watch.
40.
Yo, that's a foul. Come on. Hit him
Where?
in the
I didn't
elbowed him
see.
in the face.
Man, imagine being.
Taking this short has to be on the agenda. If he's gonna be that open
4
at the top
minutes.
of the box.
Yeah.
Look at all this time wasted.
Say it again.
If he's that open at the top of the box, no reason not to take
Looks
this
like
short.
Pochettino. Oh no.
God, no,
so
these-
much.
That's too much space.
So
I know.
much craziness.
I
Look
know.
at
Bro,
this
too much
crazy-
God.
space.
He should just play it. Yeah, he did. Of
course.
He did.
Well done.
Oh,
Watch it keep.
watch.
Step up.
Oh
Step up.
my God, where's the defense?
He's on.
Back post. Watch
40.
the back post. Oh, Summer, come off.
40.
Yeah, Summer's got to come out.
Yeah, Summer. I don't know. He was in no man's land there.
Dang, there's no goalkeeper.
Oh my God.
Come on, get the foul.
There. Come on. Oh no, the overlap.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh,
Go out. Go out. Go out.
Some breathing space.
Manage.
Saved it. He's gonna add at least an extra minute.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my God.
What a save. What a save. My
Dude,
God.
I thought that was in. I thought that was in.
the ball in.
I thought that was in. I thought that was
my
posted.
God, Mike.
I felt the same way. He
Mike.
talked it up, yo. Marco like
Mike.
noticed that there was something here.
God.
I thought that was inside. Oh my
this
Lord.
freaking guy Mueller, if he would have scored, man.
Jesus, good leap there, buddy.
Yeah, Mueller again. I know. Once I saw 25, I said, God
The
damn
Swiss
it.
Express
God.
was save.
Man, they played that ball quick.
Come on.
What is I?
They're gonna
I'm
get
gonna-
another minute.
Inzaghi's holding on to the ball.
Bravo, look, he gave it to the ball boy.
He said, hold it. Inzaghi. Oh.
Demone from Piacenza.
Oh, let's see.
Don't
Get back.
worry. Let
Di
him
Marco, get
let
back.
him-
Di
yeah.
Marco.
He's an idiot.
get a
no.
yellow.
Oh, come on.
Did he just get...
I don't know to. I don't know to. Di Marco, he just
There's
said.
like 40 people.
I think DeMarco for the yellow,
Motherfrigger.
right?
He's missing the next game.
Was it to DeMarco?
I thought that was DeMarco.
We'll see. I don't know.
the commentary.
No, DeMarco's not a yellow card away.
Okay, he's good.
DeMarco's not a yellow card. I just checked my
But
little
I
think it was
cheat
definitely
sheet.
two.
Let's see who
DeMarco,
got it.
though.
Let's see who got it.
But come on, this is a stupid way of getting it. Actually... Oh,
Oh, my Lord.
No way!
He pushed the ball boy off the stool.
Yeah, he couldn't do anything either. Defensive there.
Kid looked a little bit big, right, to be a ball boy?
He's a big boy.
He's a big
Step
ball
to
boy.
him. Step to him.
Fischia!
Taremi!
Fischia!
No. No.
Watch overlap. Blow the whistle, ref.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
my gosh.
40. Handball.
No, no, no.
Handball.
Yes. See.
Is it over?
That's gotta be done.
He's going to get more time.
Yes! It's over! Inter Inter are through to the next round. They're through to the Champions League semifinals. Oh my God. It was not easy.
Tense finish.
But
Wow.
Inter made it happen.
That was a tight end. That was a tight end.
4-3 on aggregate.
That was tight.
And my gosh, what a win it was.
That's a lot of goals. I didn't expect that many goals. Let's
Call
be
it right. I
honest.
said 2-2 draw. There you go.
Did you?
I definitely said draw.
All right, fair
I
enough.
definitely said draw.
Oh my
in there.
God.
The
draw
We
was in
have an Italian team in the Champions League semifinal,
Huge
and they
win.
will play against Barcelona. That's the match that football wanted. Can I just say?
Yeah, I agree. I'd agree
That
with
is
you.
the match
I'd agree with
that
you.
we needed to get. Barcelona, for how exciting they are, for as much talk as they're getting. Inter, the maturity that they have. I think that football needed to see that game. And what a 2 legs it's going to be. By the way, first leg is away.
Marco got the yellow.
Second leg is in Milano once again, which
Wow, that's
for
good.
me is a huge advantage.
That's good. That's good.
Big advantage. Wow.
Second.
That got really tense.
That got
last
tense.
15
That got
minutes.
tense.
Dude, I
That
thought they
was
scored.
scary.
I thought they scored a couple of times there at the end.
That's
That was.
the Napoli fans are celebrating more than you guys. Forza Napoli. Wow.
Good job.
I lost my
I
voice.
lost you.
Wow.
Well done.
Yeah, can we get a read?
Peter, how are you feeling?
Oh, I feel great.
How do you feel?
I feel great.
Talk me through this.
No, I think this was a game that I lost my voice. Inter, they needed to go through. I think they had 2 results, obviously the tie or the win, and that helped. So obviously being able to score right after the goal was massive in both cases. Because even this game, Arsenal
Why not? One more.
just scored,
That's.
and Real Madrid are out.
You can't lose 2 times.
Real Madrid are out.
You can't lose.
But I think what's important in this, not just beating them, but the way
Yeah.
that in which Arsenal beat Real
They
Madrid.
won both legs.
you can't. Yeah, you can't lose both.
Damn,
games.
all
And
of
they
our-
missed a penalty in this.
Oh, wow.
Just think about it for a second. I know we were, the main focus was on the Inter game.
Yeah.
So we didn't maybe get the full run of the mill of what happened, but
Martinelli. Grandparents
Listen,
Italian.
I
right
think it's a win for every other team that Real Madrid are out. I'm just gonna say this now. Even if they haven't looked great, this season has been a lot of ups and downs, the issues that they have. But if that team will get to a final, I wouldn't like my luck. I would take PSG or Arsenal way more than I would take
he-
Real Madrid.
look at this
made
pace.
that.
Smokes him. Watch this.
Perfect time run.
He must be a new sub, right? There's no way he was running like that for 90 minutes. Martinelli.
Oh boy.
Dagger.
I'm very surprised.
Actually, this is really good for the Italian
Coefficient.
ranking.
The coefficient,
Because
huh? La Liga?
Spain needs 4 wins and a tie to get the 5th spot. Not that Italy's going to get it. We're probably not going to get it, but there's no more Spanish. No, actually, there's Barcelona. But Inter at least can control that against Barcelona. Could be.
Wow, Arsenal
Something that's not
scarier
done yet.
than I expected. I didn't think Arsenal were this
Wow.
dialed in. Wow.
Well, their Premier League aspirations are over.
Yeah.
For the past 6
This
months.
is all they have.
So, this is what matters.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
they
I
have
don't know
a lot
about
of
6 months, but
Damn, you got touchy there for a second, huh, buddy?
I'm not an Arsenal supporter.
past 2-3
Bro,
months.
it's been
seem
done
like
since
it.
January.
They've been out. Come on.
Damn.
Come on.
Nah, they've been out for a while. Come on. Whether it's 5 months, 4 months, or 6 months.
6 months,
2-3
at the start
months,
of the
2-3
season.
months.
I mean, like we kick off in there. I'm just saying,
Mike,
Let him have his moment.
this is for,
Let him have his
this is
moment.
for the stream. You get
Okay,
it?
my bad, my
Come
bad.
on.
Okay, I'm going to ask you, and Peter's going to go last on this. One reason why Inter can knock Barcelona out, and then one reason why Barcelona can knock Inter out.
Oh.
Who do you want? Do you want to start? I think
You guys both,
yeah.
you're like playing chicken.
I just got to seal my answer.
I can go.
3,
I-
2.
I think the biggest thing the Inter actually has going for them on this is that I think a lot of people favor Barcelona. I'd rather play in the other position a lot of times. There's less pressure on you. You can play a little more open. Every result you get, the other team feels that pressure. And then for Barcelona, I think the question is, can you stop the attack? If you're them, they have to be feeling great about going forward. You've got Lewandowski with a ton of experience. You got all the wingers you could ask for. Like Rafinha's been in form. Obviously, Yamal's been Yamal. So I think they're probably the same way that you guys are talking about their defense. They're probably thinking it doesn't matter because our offense right now is unstoppable. So maybe those are your 2 reasons. But I think Inter's structure, organization, a lot of the veteran status on the team, very collectively built. I think is a big advantage, especially in these moments where like you got to grind out wins, bro. Not every game's going to be like a 2 or 3 goal spread. Like you're not going to see this very often. A 5-1 against Real Madrid. It's the one goal game that you can grind it out. You get the big clearances, the big moments. You're able to handle that pressure. And that's where experience and having veterans is super important.
For sure. I think...
Give me one reason why Inter will...
one reason Inter could be Barcelona is Barcelona's defense, and Barca could be Inter is Barcelona's attack.
So I would say that the reason why I think Inter can beat Barca is because I get that Barcelona's attack has been something that everyone's talked about, but for me, I see them get into these crazy matches. Out of all the 8 teams that were still left into the Champions League in this round in the quarterfinals, they have the 7th best defense. That, for me, maybe this is my old school thinking, but you still need an amazing defense to win Champions League.
These kinds of games.
And I think that Inter is a much more balanced squad. They're going to be able to absorb at moments. Not that they can't high press and they can't attack really well, but they're able to absorb these moments and pick their times. And Barcelona, they've kept more teams offside than anyone else in the Champions League and in La Liga. That's great. But Inter make these long runs forward with the wingbacks, with the midfielders who get in behind. I don't think that Barcelona has faced a team like Inter so far this season. They're not going to match them like for like. The reason why Barcelona could knock Inter out is if Inter get into these crazy moments, even if they defend the way that they did against Bayern Munich. And Barcelona have this attacking threat that is incredible. And to their credit, while they do concede a lot of goals, they get that offside trap right so many times. And I think that Barcelona have more game changers than Inter have. Barcelona have Rafinha, Yamal, Lewandowski, that even if the rest of the team is playing bad, they could bail you out at any moment. I don't think Inter has that.
Mm-hmm.
One reason?
I think, so for Inter, the fact that they're so adaptable as a team, they can adapt in any different situation. We saw it even in this game. When they needed to turn it on and play, they can be able to get to goal in quick fashion. Now, as far as finishing, that's going to be important. But if they're going to high press, if they're going to sit back in a low block, they're able to morph and really adapt to whoever they're playing against. Now, Barcelona, I think it's the speed, the wing play that can really affect Inter. We saw it, right? Darmian, Di Marco. You know, Di Marco's not known for his defensive ability. We saw it on a goal with Kane. And, you know, that's going to be an interesting matchup with Yamal, because obviously you want Di Marco to be playing in that game because he gives you so much going forward. And then Darmian on the other side, you know, he's just a great jolly, but defensively, he doesn't have the speed. So he needs to be able to get on the ball, get on top of his man as quickly as possible, and it's going to be a different game than what we saw here versus Bayern.
You need Dumfries back.
Yeah,
I was going to say, so
important.
Are you saying the key then, Pete, is the fullback?
Sure.
The fullback to winger matchup is going to be the key.
It's going to be the key to the game.
I agree with that. 100% agree with that. And that's why I want Dumfries back into this team. He'll be back by the end of April. He's massive, especially going forward, because Inter's not able to do that on both sides. You saw in this tie, while they look good and they scored goals, they're limited. They're limited with the wingbacks. And at 3-5-2, the wingbacks are the most important position. So what's your one reason why you could see Barca beating Inter?
I think the like I said, the wingers, the speed that they have, and the style of play. Like they, as Mike said, they don't care about their defense because they know they can beat you offensively. So that's going to be something that we're going to have to see what Inter is able to do. I have faith in Inzaghi. I think as far as preparing a game, there's very few that are better. And as long as he doesn't have to make subs, you know, that this team, you know, can compete with the best of them.
You really lost your voice.
I know.
He lost his voice.
He's choked up.
I'm emotional.
Oh my
God. I have
God.
Mike sitting next to me.
I was yelling in close proximity, therefore he had to yell louder. It's my fault. It's my fault.
I don't know what happened.
Apologies.
I think we could say it now. For me, Inzaghi is the most underrated coach right
I
now
need some more Amato.
in the world. I'm going to make you a refill right after this. For me, Inzaghi is the most underrated. I mean, what he's doing with this
Yes,
roster is
I
incredible.
agree.
Really, very few in the broader scheme of things talk about Inzaghi and the way that he is tactically, the mentality that he's given this side, the way that he could change within matches. Everyone likes to talk about the rest of them, but he's still not in the conversation as a top manager, and it's long overdue. And I think he also has a chip on his shoulder as well to prove everybody else that he belongs in that category.
And in some ways, it almost looks pleasant when you get to the final four here. You've got one from England, you've got a French representation, you've got La Liga as well with the Spaniards, and of course you have the Italians. I'm trying to think when we've seen that in a semifinal last. It might have been more recent than I thought, but I was just thinking about when I saw that. It's kind of nice to see this representation. It hasn't been like that. It just hasn't.
You're right. You're absolutely right. To be fair, the Spanish teams have been incredible in these competitions in the last years. I'm gonna make you a drink, and then you could think on this question. But before we finish the stream, I'm gonna ask you guys to give a prediction on who goes through. But I'll let you think about it in the meantime and make you a drink. Do you want another one too, LaBelle?
I'll have one with Pete, and then I'm cut off. I'm cut off at that point.
That's fair. Oh boy, it's
Cut off.
taking.
I gotta go early morning tomorrow.
It's taking some time.
90-year-old grandparents
That's
in
a
Italy,
tough
they
one.
drink this from day to night. And you're cut off after 2.
But guys, thanks for everyone so far. Not the end of the stream, but going towards.
Yeah,
the
thank
end.
you everyone. I hope that it was okay me being on today. I hope you guys were all
Yeah,
right
I
with
think
that. Yeah.
Mike, you were great. But we want to thank everyone for tuning in. P, we want to thank you for coming. LaBelle, of course, bringing the good luck over here for Inter. Even though we were biting our nails for the last thing, but of course, this stream was powered by the FIFA Club World Cup. One more time, they're fueling our content and getting ready for the summer tournament starting June 14th. 32 teams, guys. There's going to be teams all over the world. Of course, Juventus. Of course, Inter's going to be there. Bayern Munich, Madrid, Man City, PSG, Atletico Madrid, Inter Miami, and more. So we're going to go to as many games as we can. We're going to let you know which games we're going to. So definitely come, say hi to us. We're going to be tailgating from before, hanging out. So everyone's invited, and for the people that cannot make it, DAZN will be live streaming the game, so you can watch all the games there.
Thank you, sir.
So make sure to support the teams. We will, if you want to grab tickets or check everything, we have it pinned in the chat, and check it out in the description. So can't wait. It's going to be an exciting summer, and hopefully you guys are there with us.
I'm ready for the predictions.
Oh boy.
You ready for the prediction?
Yep, I know what I want to see.
Pete, we will allow you to choose. Do you want to go first or do you want to go last? You can choose the order.
I'll go last.
He was always going to go last.
He's always gonna go.
Yeah. Would you like me to start, Mike, or would you
You
like
guys
to go?
got to do the same thing.
All right. Is that on me? Is okay? You want me to go? Okay.
Yeah, go.
I want to see something that I didn't expect to see leading into this. I didn't predict it. I don't think anyone predicted it. I'd love to see Arsenal versus Inter in the finals. That'd be great. That'd be great. I think it's good for football across the board.
Wow.
You think PSG is going to beat Arsenal?
I went the other way. So
Arsenal
beating
beat
PSG.
Sorry, you think Arsenal's going to beat PSG?
I don't know, but that's what I want to see. This is, you asked me. This is what I'd like to see in the finals. I think that's good for football across the board. I like the way that both teams play. Even this PSG is better. Like you talked about it earlier, but you think with the Messi and the Mbappes and the Neymars, you say, how does that team not do something? This team's better. They play better football.
100%.
Which I mean, the results also support that. But that's what I'd like to see in the finals.
So
and
who
whoever's
wins
next.
that final?
I'm sitting next to Peter. We're gonna hang out after this. Inter's going to the whole thing then. Done deal.
Mike.
I know my allegiances today. You know.
Mike, start with Arsenal PSG.
Do you know what you want?
Yeah, I know.
Go first. Go
I think PSG will go through against Arsenal. I think Arsenal's a more balanced team. The way that they're able to defend is amazing, and I like that. But there's something special about this PSG team. I think that they have the confidence to play at that level. And I think between Inter and Barcelona, I hinted at it before, that I thought that this game would be more difficult for them. I know everyone's built up Barcelona. I know Barcelona are the favorites in this competition, and they are incredible, and they do remind me of the old Barcelona, and that's why I think Inter's going to repeat 2010. They're going to knock Barcelona out. They're going to go to the Champions League final, and I think they're going to win it. I said this back in October. I thought that Inter were going to win Champions League, and I thought Napoli would win the Serie A. It seems like it's right there on track. Either way, it's going to be an amazing game between two really good teams, because tactically, the way that they match up, they're gonna complement each other for the rest of us to watch.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Yesterday, I probably would have said PSG, but man, if you beat Madrid at home and away, you earn my respect, man. Like I don't care where you are, and they proved me wrong. I didn't think Arsenal will be this far, and I would have to give it to them. I would think they're gonna go to the final, and they're gonna meet Inter over there, because it's gonna be Inzaghi's title to lose, but
I'm good.
and Inter,
Inzaghi's final to lose.
yeah, because he's. This is the time that Inter, I think, could do it. I think Inter's
pressure.
gonna take it.
Wow.
Of course, there's a lot of pressure. Champions League final, P. What is this?
So you said it's Inzaghi's title to lose.
Yeah,
Not so
Not too-
easy.
not saying it's easy, but I think this Inter's time.
I think if you ask the general fan, they would all rank Inter on the bottom of their power ranking.
Of course.
Yeah.
To win the Champions League. They would probably put Barcelona, PSG, Arsenal, Inter.
It's about pedigree, though, in some of this.
For
If
sure.
You look at, like, Arsenal's not going to be a favorite in the Champions League over even decades. I mean, even rating their best teams in terms of getting results. This is what it... That's why I said I think it would be nice to see that final.
It's true. Nobody would have been able to predict
And
that.
it's kind of a couple grittier sides, too. They've had to battle through not only some adversity, but the teams that they've had to play. They were underdogs in a lot of those matchups. People are saying, I don't think so. You guys are different, but I'm saying a lot of people are saying, nah,
You're
they're
right.
not going to be able to win that result.
You're right.
And to your point, too, something you brought up in your pros and cons, not to steal your fire. I know you're going to send us off with some beautiful, fire on the way out. But there's more game changers for some of the teams that have even been eliminated. You talk about their individual players.
Yeah.
And you brought this up. We're like, the amount of players that can actually like turn a defender, maybe run half the pitch and make a beautiful goal for Inter, it's not going to be a lot of that squad, But collectively, the way they move, the way that they work together, the way they counterattack, the way they track back, and being able to win that, I think there's something nice about that. It reminds me of like maybe more of the old school football that we've lost in some ways. A lot of people don't play for the badge anymore.
Yep. Spot on. I actually wonder, I won't ask Pete this one too, but I wonder who Inter would prefer. Now that I'm thinking, I know we're jumping completely ahead, and now we're already bypassing Barca.
It's my fault. I'm sorry.
But I really do wonder who they would prefer. I wonder if they would want a PSG who have those game changers, who guys that could dribble their man, like Kvara is playing incredibly, Dembele, but they leave themselves a little bit more exposed. But Arsenal, now you got to take the game to them. Now you got to be able to break that down. I wonder who they would prefer, but let them get to the final and then they see who they face. But here it is, the Big P. Before we sign off, and everyone else in the comments, thank you for joining us. Make sure you like and subscribe on our stream. Make sure you subscribe to Mike LaBelle's channel. Dropped it in the comments as well. He's got great content going on all the time. Before we conclude this stream, we're going to go to you, Mr. Inter, Peter Ukurt. What is your prediction?
All right, so I'll start with the left side of the bracket. I think both PSG and Arsenal, they're done with their seasons with
Yes.
in terms of their domestic, right?
For 6 months.
Seasons. So PSG already
got hurt on that
already
one.
won, and that's that. So it's going to be an interesting battle, I think, and I would say I just think PSG is going to be able to make it. This is their time to make it into a final. Obviously they were there before, but they lost, and this is a time also where you lose Mbappe. A couple seasons prior, you lose Messi. This is not the usual PSG team that's just going to go buy the stars. They've shown that, hey, we're going to identify certain players and we're going to play a certain system, and they're able to. I think compared to Inter's midfield, I love their midfield. Vitinha. I mean, even their fullback over there.
He's trying to time us out so he doesn't have to give his
Nuno
prediction.
Mendes. Oh, you guys have a time?
No.
Nuno Mendes is an amazing fullback, and they have a team that works well. Donnarumma, if he's got to get into a penalty
Donnarumma was
shootout,
Incredible.
that's
big.
your guy that you pick. So, and he was,
He won them that last game.
He won them the last game.
Like,
Yes.
without Donnarumma.
He got an 8 out of 10 in L'Equipe, which L'Equipe, if anyone knows, they're really harsh with their ratings. They gave even Mbappe, when he scored a hat-trick in the World Cup final, they gave him a 9 out of 10, and they gave Donnarumma an 8. And for a guy that conceded that many goals, that doesn't exist.
They would have conceded 4 or 5 goals in that game without him. It was incredible. Sorry.
See, look, Peter wants us to run on different tangents so we forget it at this stream.
Donnarumma's a real deciding factor, man.
So that's why I would say I know Arsenal they did amazing to be able to beat Real Madrid, but I think PSG just edge it out and they get into the final. Now Inter Barcelona, the fan would say, "Oh, Inter's gonna go through," but I just think this Barcelona team is very, very good moving forward, and they're hot. That's the thing. I think the Inter team, they still have the Campionato to worry about. They have the Coppa Italia to worry about. There's a lot of things, and we're still not 100% fit. We're not able to play a solid 90 minutes with all our starters for a while now. So, there's all these things that we have to kind of.
So you're going against Inter.
Nah, I'm just throwing it in the mix.
So you're saying Barcelona will go through?
Nah,
Your mind.
I think Inter's gonna go through.
You see?
And the reason why is because I think on the counter, Lautaro and Thuram, it's a joy to watch how good they are together. So I think defensively, I know I was harsh on them as far as the speed, but Bayern, it's not like they lack speed.
Yep.
You know, they were able to contain them. They were able to make sure that you manage. So as long as the preparation is done well, you know, this Inter team can go far. And, you know, it's all about the moments. That's what it comes down to. So being able to, I think being able to adapt. A lot of people say, "Oh, you know, you're playing against, you know, you're just letting the other team dominate," but it's not the case. I think in the game, it's like chess. So you have to see what the other guy's going to do and how the other team is going to react and respond and be able to play your pieces. Let's say make your next move.
All right, we will see how that plays out. I absolutely can't wait. We got the matchup that I was dreaming of. Congratulations, Pete.
Yeah,
we'll give a round of applause.
Even though he didn't do anything, he was just sitting there.
He said
so
he was
much.
having coffee.
So much over here.
But Inter did their job. We will go out to celebrate in honor of them. Not easy opponent in Bayern Munich.
Mr. Producer wants me to pay for drinks, so.
Oh, that's right.
Is there
that's right.
I'm not like certain people. Antonio.
An Inter bar close by?
We gotta go to Manhattan.
There's no Inter bar.
Oh, that's
Fine.
even better. I like that.
go
Let's go back to the city.
Yo, you gotta experience our neighborhood too.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm here for the day.
Guys, thank you everyone who was watching. Make sure you like, subscribe. You can get your tickets pinned in the comments right now for the Club World Cup. As we said, we will be there. You could see Inter there as well. Will they be there as the